Hello, my name is Collection Connoisseur. I collect digital thingamabobs in video games, and today I'm playing Slay the Spire. This time on Slay the Spire, I will be doing what I call the Fat Deck Challenge. The crux of this challenge is that we can't add cards, or we can't remove cards, and we always have to add cards. That gets particularly interesting around shops, because if we go into a shop, we have to buy all the cards that we can. And events, if the event gives a card, which events often give curses, then I have to take the option that gives me the cards. So, this is an interesting challenge. We have run it with all 4 of the characters before at this point. My best so far was Ascension 3 with the Ironclad and the Silent. We also did Ascension 2 with the Defect and went all the way to the heart with it. The Watcher has not done so well. We are going to go with the Ironclad to start this time, and I am going to ratchet up to Ascension 6, which appears to be my new minimum Ascension level for challenges. So, let's start. Greetings. So we can't pick the first option. The first option is not possible. There's actually none of these options that give me a card, which means I'm not required to choose any of them, which is interesting. I was really expecting to have no choices with Niao's Blessing here. So we could take the max HP. We could take a random rare relic, which could be really interesting. Or we could take a random boss relic. I'm kind of very interested in that random rare relic. 21 damage doesn't seem too bad, because it's not really the beginning of this that we're going to be bad at, it's going to be the end that this challenge really becomes problematic for us. So let's take the 21 damage and get a random rare relic. Could be very good. We got a mango. Interesting. So instead of taking 8 max health, what we did is we took 14 max health and 21 damage, which basically reduced the damage we took to only 7. Interesting start. Alright, fine. Now, I am able to choose any path that I want to take. If we're going to... Wow, we could go through a whole bunch of fires. Now granted, fires are a lot worse when we are going to be adding lots and lots of cards to our deck, because upgrading particular cards doesn't matter as much when you have a really large deck, which we will have. Events can also be pretty bad because events might give us curses. So what I would normally choose at this juncture is this path that goes to a whole bunch of fires and a couple elites. And I might still choose it, but the challenge does kind of stay my hand a bit. What would we rather do instead? Shops tend to be pretty bad in this challenge. I still want to go to elites though. And we're kind of forced to go to a shop unless we go the left path. I guess we could go this center path here. Do a whole bunch of enemies. You know what? A whole bunch of enemies doesn't seem too bad. A whole bunch of enemies, hit an elite there with a fireplace right after, and then decide what we're doing after that. That's not too bad. I'm still thinking about that left path though. That left path could be good. Let's do this path because of the challenge that we're doing. This might not be the best path still, but let's do it, and we'll decide what we're doing after we get to this fire. Alright, here we go. So, I can basically play the game normally for the most part. It's just that when we have to make choices about cards, things change. Alright, first battle down. We have to add a card. Cleave is not terrible. I also like Shrug It Off. I don't really want Flex with a large deck. I mean, I usually don't want Flex, but I will continue not wanting flex. I think I am going to take the cleave. So take a cleave. The cleave is immediately useful. Can we defeat one? Because if we can defeat one, it's better than using one defend. And it looks like we can because we can always bash and then the cleave. Bash and cleave would kill one. Would it kill the right one? I guess it kind of doesn't matter. We just kill this one. Alright. Taking 6 damage, I was really hoping to gain health back in these early battles, but it seems like we're remaining pretty stable. We have an attack potion, we do like that. I think that Body Slam is not going to be great in a deck where we have to have as many cards, like all of the cards, basically. War Cry might not be bad. It's not great without an upgrade. You know, the Havoc might be really good, actually, because we don't really mind exhausting cards. Yeah, let's take the Havoc. We don't really mind exhausting any card because our deck is going to be huge, so why not? The Cultist should be no problem, but we're going to try to gain health here. So we're only taking 1 damage, and that is it. Great. And then we heal 6. So we do have to take a card. Perfected Strike might be amazing in a deck where we have to constantly add cards. How about that? That's interesting, because we're probably going to add a lot of cards that have the word strike in it. At the worst, we're not going to be able to remove the strikes that we have, unless we transform them, which is allowed. But yeah, Perfected Strike might actually be quite good in this challenge. Let's take it. Alright, and because we're taking all enemies, we are already at the hard normal battles. The harder normal battles. We're past the easy pool. Do I want to hit the Fungi Beast, who is buffing itself? Or do I want to defeat the Spike Slime first? You know, usually I want to defeat the Spike Slime first, right? I don't know. I don't know the answer to this one. Let's go after the Spike Slime. Alright, our Perfected Strike is quite good. We can actually defeat the Fungi Beast this turn with Perfected Strike. And we do have Bash and Cleave in the deck, so we can win this one without taking any damage. Great. Alright, what's our next card? We could take a Whirlwind, Intimidate, or Anger. If we're going to add cards to the deck, why not add Anger, which adds even more cards to the deck? Honestly, the benefits of Anger are not great when you have a really large deck because you never get to the next Anger. It's just a 0-cost strike. And can we do better than 0-cost strike? The Intimidate is not terrible. The Intimidate is not terrible, but I don't know. Feels weak. Definitely feels weak. Alright, let's take the Anger. I am going to have to add something that keeps me alive eventually, rather than just attack cards. Very sad we didn't get our Cleave this turn. So we can defeat 2 of them. It might be a good time to use this attack potion. We do have an elite in the next battle, but this is also pretty painful already. Let's use this attack potion, see what we get. We did get Heavy Blade. Heavy Blade is going to be free and just kills 1 of them, so that's good. So there goes 1 down. We can take this one down, and we can basically just take 5. Hopefully we'll get out of this and gain more life with burning blood than we lost. Again, the perfect strike is really nice. We could do perfect strike and cleave. I kind of want to play the cleave because this is the perfect battle for cleave, but instead we're going to play perfected strike and defend. Let's see what Havoc has for us. It had a strike. Great. Kill that one. And then take no damage. Alright, we got through the first 5 floors, and now things become more dangerous. I think the Shrug It Off is probably the best thing to take here. I think so, because if you've got Shrug It Off, then we have a good block card, and we have so far not taken any block cards, so taking one that also draws a card might be pretty good. Let's do it. Okay, Gremlin Knob. Based on how I've built my deck so far, you should prove to be no threat. We have added lots of attacks. Still going to take some damage, but hopefully not too much. It looks like we will take 16 unless I use the weak potion. And considering we don't win next turn, it seems like a good time to use the potion. And of course we bash. We don't want to use Havoc because it's a skill, so we'll just use the Anger and the Strike. And we took 24 damage in this fight. It's not the best, but it's not the worst. And we got Strawberry, another thing that increases our health. Alright, our max health is very high. I wonder how we're going to be able to use that. Flame Barrier. Flame Barrier is another decent block card. Let's add another one of those to the deck. A decent block card. We haven't really come on any of the Ironclad things that I usually think about. Such as Strength or Exhaust or Ridiculous Block. Also, there's no reason to rest at this point, so we will smith. What thing do we smith? Of all the things that we've added, we could smith Havoc, because we'll always play it, and that reduces the cost. Shrug It Off is, you know, a fine smith target just because you usually want to play it. I think Flame Barrier is kind of only okay as a smith target. You gain the 4 block, and you do more damage, but it's not the best for either. For either more block or more damage. Oh, also the Perfected Strike. You know, we should probably do Perfected Strike as our smith. Yeah, let's do that. It seems like Perfected Strike will be good in our deck. So if we go to a merchant, we've got to buy cards. Otherwise, we could go to the left here and hit one more elite. Either way, we're going to go to at least one event. Let's go to the left. Okay, large spike slime. Let's start with a Havoc. Used up a strike. Alright, I guess next we'll do Shrug It Off. See what we draw. We should be able to split it this turn, especially with a good Perfected Strike. Yeah, let's split you. And we can't kill one. I think I'm going to try to take no damage, or, you know, the 1 damage we're taking this turn. I don't know if that's going to work, but it looks like it might. Yeah, let's see what we can do. Alright. We gained health in that one, that's always good. And what are we adding? I do like Feel No Pain. Feel No Pain is an excellent card in Ironclad. The downside to attacks, or to powers, with this type of deck is that you're not guaranteed to get the powers very quickly. And we don't really have much exhaust yet. We've just got Havoc. But still, I think Feel No Pain is going to be good for us. So let's take the Feel No Pain and see if we can make it work. Ooh, a Toxic Egg. Great. Whenever you add a skill into your deck, which we will do quite often, it is upgraded. Excellent pickup. Excellent pickup. It's extremely good to get the Toxic Egg early in any run, but in a run where you have to add cards to your deck at every opportunity, it's even better. The Looter. The Looter, we could do a Flame Barrier. I like that. I believe we've got what we have to not, or to defeat the Looter. Just want to take as little damage as possible. With this turn, it seems like we're taking 11 this fight. Just because of a bad draw, really. So there we go. There's an upgraded Disarm. Upgraded Disarm is quite good, and it exhausts. Let's take that. I still don't really want the Wild Strike, even though I have Perfected Strike. Not taking the Wild Strike over a Disarm Plus. But I am looking out for those strike cards. Okay, starting with a Perfected Strike and a Cleave. Perfected Strike and Cleave. We're going to take the 10. Because we should take the 10 in order to not take as much damage next turn. You know, them adding Dazed to my deck doesn't really affect me as much as it normally would. So our best choice here to take as little damage as possible is Defend, Defend, Defend. I could do a Bash Strike, which would kill this one, but then we would still take 10 damage. I'm going to do the Defend, 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 and take as little as we can this turn. Only because I think this elite battle is not so bad for us. I guess let's start with the Havoc. Oh, interesting. When we exhaust a card, we gain 3 block, which means Disarm gains 3 block now. Okay. Well, if Disarm gains 3 block, let's use it to get the 3 block. And then we can still kill this one. Flame Barrier seems good, plus the strike. Oh, right. I didn't really think about it, but the Feel No Pain is perfect because the Dazed adds lots of block for us. Didn't really think about that, but it is how it works. So, a Bash, a Cleave, and an Anger does not kill this one, right? 16, 22. It just doesn't. So if we don't kill that front one, let's use the Defend. And I guess that means we're not doing the Bash, we're just doing the Cleave and the Anger. No reason not to do Shrug It Off. And then a couple of strikes. No reason not to do Havoc. Alright, excellent, we win. Centennial Puzzle. The first time we lose HP each combat, we draw 3 cards. Pretty good relic. I like it. Entropic Brew is excellent when we have no potions. And what card do we add? We could add a Flex Plus to the deck. Doesn't seem to really go with what we've done in the deck so far, though. We could add a Whirlwind or a Cleave. At this point, probably another Cleave is better than the Whirlwind, because the Whirlwind just probably doesn't have a big X value, and Cleave is more efficient with the 1. I don't know, I'm tempted to choose Whirlwind, partially because I just don't use Whirlwind that often. Let's do Whirlwind. Oh, great. I like this one. Let's anger the mushrooms. Anger those mushrooms. They are all buffing on the first turn. That's kind of unfortunate. Well, still, we're going to play Feel No Pain. We're going to play Disarm on the right one. And then a Cleave because that does the most damage. You're going to take some damage in this one. So a Havoc is pretty good, and the Whirlwind... We could just do the Whirlwind to get them all low. But I'd rather gain some block. So let's do the Havoc. And the Shrug It Off. Ooh, the Perfected Strike. How sad. Do we do the Whirlwind or the Defend? Kind of want to just do the Defend. Let's do the Defend. No, let's do the Whirlwind. That brings this one down to 12, which is good for us. Okay, we're going to get damage this turn too. But if we do Anger Strike, that reduces it. Technically, doesn't reduce it by much. And that's the damage we're taking. We're taking a lot of damage. So Whirlwind kills both of them. There we go. But we get Odd Mushroom. When vulnerable, we take 25% more... Or when an enemy is vulnerable, right? They take 25% more attack damage than 50. Wait a minute. I'm reading this exactly reversed of what it's telling me. When we're vulnerable, we take 25% more attack damage rather than 50%, and vulnerable creatures normally take 50% more. Right. Alright. It's defensive. Entrench seems not great for us, but is Anger better? I guess we're taking Anger over Entrench Plus, because Entrench Plus probably not great in a deck that is going to have basically no consistency. Alright, we're taking Anger. We obtain the Golden Idol. We actually have to obtain the Golden Idol here, because anytime I must add cards when possible. And in this event, there is a way to add a card. You take the Golden Idol, and then you take the Curse. And we're required to do that because of the rules of this challenge. So we get injured. And we can't remove that curse, by the way. That curse is with us through the run. Alright, let's try to take a little bit less damage here. We could disarm you. We could Feel No Pain. Yeah, look at this. Feel No Pain, Disarm, and Havoc, plus an Anger. It's pretty nice. And Perfected Strike seems pretty nice. Perfected Strike, Anger. We can't quite defeat this one, so let's do the Shrug It Off, so we win next turn. So Thunderclap is okay. How good is Thunderclap? I don't know. It's definitely better than Heavy Blade when we have no strength gaining cards so far in the 21 cards that we already have. Rupture is pretty bad when we have nothing so far that triggers Rupture. So I guess Thunderclap it is. Thunderclap at least works with a couple of the cards that we have. Now we're fighting the slime boss. So the question here is, do I need to rest or not for slime boss? We have some good stuff against slime boss. We have multi-enemy attacks. But I still might need to rest. I think we do need to rest. Actually, let's open the Entropic Brew and then decide. The Entropic Brew didn't make me feel much better, so we're going to rest. And go into this slime boss. So Thunderclap is only okay because it applies Vulnerable 1. It's still better than doing Whirlwind with all 3, and for that matter, Whirlwind is worse than the strikes. This is one of the reasons why I don't choose unupgraded Whirlwinds very often. Anyway, Thunderclap, Strike does the most this turn. And I will think about using this Dexterity Potion, but of course not until it matters. The Disarm is quite bad against the Slime boss because it loses the Disarm when it splits. So we're probably not doing Disarm. I guess we're doing Bash, Havoc, Anger. Let's do the Havoc first, so we see what we get. Okay. And then presumably this turn we can split. Yes, we can definitely split it because we've got Perfected Strike. Yeah, that's worth it. Alright. Too bad we got Cleave that turn rather than next turn. Oh well. Ooh, 18 and 12. That's a lot. That's a lot of damage coming my way. We can Flame Barrier and Shrug it off. If we're going to do that, we should do Shrug it off first. Alright, we still take 10 damage. But we can take 10 damage because we healed. If we didn't heal, that 10 damage would be a little bit scarier. I'm tempted to do the Feel No Pain now because we've got slimes that we might play. Let's do Shrug It Off first. And we are certainly going to put an Anger on you. And so the next question is, do we do Feel No Pain Disarm? I think we do. I am going to disarm this one, even though we just attacked that one. So now the slimes count as block. The Havoc also gives me block. The Whirlwind is only okay. Let's do the Flame Barrier and the Havoc. Probably should have done that in a different order. Definitely should have done that in a different order. Oh well. We have Thunderclap Cleave, or we could just do Bash, Cleave, Anger, hit this one a bunch. I think I'd rather do Bash, Cleave, Anger than Thunderclap, Cleave, Anger, Slimed. Yeah. So Bash, Cleave, and Anger. Perfected Strike can hit you really hard and then strike you again. So now we've got a bunch of really small things. They don't all die to Cleave, but they're pretty close to all dying to Cleave. Okay, so we can do an Anger to deal a little bit. Let's do a little bit to one of these. And then Slimed, defend Slimed, block fully with the Slimed. And here's a Cleave. A Cleave doesn't kill them all because we're weakened. Right. Should we do Cleave Perfected Strike? Or should we do a Shrug It Off? I think we do Cleave Perfected Strike. So Perfected Strike hits one of the ones that's hitting me for 12. And then Cleave kills the one on the left. That means we're only taking 22. Which we can survive through. But I think I would have died if I did not rest. I would have to have been much more careful in this fight if we didn't rest. Attack Potion can go instead of the Smoke Bomb. Don't really want to run away. And then what do we add? Exhume. Exhume seems pretty nice. Yeah, Exhume seems pretty nice. We could get the Disarm back, or we could get back a random thing that Havoc got rid of. I like Exhume. I certainly like it more than those two. Alright, Exhume. We cannot choose the empty cage. We actually... So the Mark of Pain is not required for us to take because the 2 wounds are not in our deck. Like, this is the deck that I'm talking about that we have to add cards to. And the 2 wounds aren't really in that deck. The Cursed Key means that we're going to get more curses because every time we get to a non-boss chest, I would have to open it and get the curse. And I don't really want that many curses because I can't ever get rid of the curses. I think we're taking Mark of Pain, which is usually really bad. Like, of all of the boss relics that I see, probably Mark of Pain is the one that I would take the least, I think. And I'm taking it here because the 2 wounds in the draw pile are so much less significant when you have a really large deck. So, Mark of Pain, perfect for the challenge. Okay, what are we doing in Act 2? See, normally I see the shops, the merchants, and I think we should go there. And in this challenge, I don't know if we should go to the merchants. I don't really like the possible paths that much. I would like to fight lots of elites. Going to fireplaces is fine. Going to events could be bad. There are some pretty unfortunate events for us to go to. Even the Council of Ghosts, which is usually a good event for us to see, is a lot worse when you have a large deck. Although we do have Toxic Egg. Ooh. So Council of Ghosts might be better than normal. Still, I think I want to mainly avoid that. So we're going to go left. We're going to hit some question marks. We're going to really hope that those question marks don't have Council of Ghosts, basically. And then we're probably going to do a couple of fires. And I might even go to that shop. We'll see. We'll see if we actually go to a shop. But we are going to start here because we don't want 4 events. We'll take 3, unfortunately, but we don't want to take 4. Flame Barrier seems pretty good here. As well as Feel No Pain, because you get Dazed in your deck from this creature, and the Dazed give me block now. If we ever get to that point. Do we ever get to that point? We can cleave Whirlwind, do a bunch of damage. The Disarm is really good though. We should put the Disarm out there, and then cleave Whirlwind. Okay, Anger Strike. I don't think I want to intentionally add a Dazed to my deck, having no other benefit. Perfected Strike is good. Havoc is pretty good. Havoc blocks for us, actually. And we could even use the Exhume to get the thing back that we exhausted. Let's play the Havoc first. Alright, so it did block for us. We can Exhume to get Disarm back. Let's do that. Exhume Disarm, play the Disarm. Now blocking is going to be much less of a problem, because the Chosen has -3 strength now. So we could Thunderclap, Bash, Strike. That wouldn't do tons of damage, though. The Bash and the Strike would do 15, that would be 18 damage. Not the best. Let's do a Defend, and then the Thunderclap Bash. And then we should win this turn. Yeah, no problem. Explosive Potion. Do I want that more than Dexterity Potion? Probably not. I should really think about using that dexterity potion sometime. Nah, let's throw it away for an explosive potion. Reckless Charge or Evolve? So Evolve is interesting because we have the 2 wounds in our deck all the time. But we only draw 1 card. It would be better if it was upgraded, but, you know, not great. We could just get Reckless Charge. You know what? I'm fine with Reckless Charge. So I guess what we do here is we get an attack potion. And see what attack potion we get. Ho-ho, Bludgeon? Bludgeon is excellent here. Alright, we'll take a Bludgeon. So, we know we're going to defend. We know we're going to play Whirlwind and Bludgeon. We cannot bludgeon the right one to death, so we bludgeon the left one. And then we take 6 damage, which is how much we heal at the end. So, I think we're going to be fine. Especially with a Bash Perfected Strike. We could get the upgraded Cleave, or we could get True Grit. Kind of like True Grit a lot. Let's take a True Grit. I want the upgraded Cleave too, but the True Grit is another good block card. And it has an Exhaust. A note for ourselves. Okay. I mean, how do the rules work with this? Because I say that we must add cards when possible, and this is adding a card, but it's also removing a card. I cannot remove cards, and I must add cards when possible. I never thought about this event being the time when those 2 rules contradict each other. Because this removes a card, and it adds a card. I guess because I wrote cannot remove cards first, I'm going to say that one trumps the other one. So we cannot remove cards, which means we cannot store a card, so we can't take the zap. But I did not think about this. This is the only event in the game where my 2 rules contradict each other. How interesting, how neat. Alright, luckily we got an enemy here rather than an event. And it looks like Flame Barrier Cleave Strike is a pretty good setup. Yeah, Flame Barrier Cleave Strike. Perfected Strike hurts you a lot. I want to play the Havoc. Let's play the Havoc. Oh, how useful. Great. Well, now we play Perfected Strike, and then we should probably defend. Let's defend. Those 2 angers are not bad. Ooh, how about this? We've got the Thunderclap. Thunderclap. We've got the Whirlwind. The Whirlwind, if we do with 2, it kills the one on the left. So we do Reckless Charge, Anger, and then a Strike, and then Whirlwind. Nice. Lots of damage there. So we can disarm, exhume, disarm. That's kind of the only thing that we can do unless we use one of our potions. Let me think about whether we need to use a potion here. Because if we do exhume, disarm, or disarm, exhume, disarm, that is 3 exhausts plus this exhaust. That's 4 exhausts, so we're going to gain 12. Yeah, okay. I don't care about these potions. We're going to gain lots of block and reduce the damage here. Great. We only take 6. Shrug It Off gave me a Dazed, and then put a Dazed in my deck. Okay, and we win that fight. We're up to 85 health, I like that. And we must add a card. Bloodletting is not bad. I usually really like Bloodletting, especially when we've got the Centennial puzzle. Bloodletting is a lot better. It would be better if we had more natural card draw in our deck, rather than depending on this one artifact. But still, I think we're taking Bloodletting. Alright, next event. Let's hope it's not an event. Actually, fine event. Let's find some potions. Distilled Chaos. So we're taking the attack potion. We're not taking the smoke bomb. Would we prefer to have Distilled Chaos or these? Let's get rid of the explosive potion for Distilled Chaos and leave the smoke bomb here. So we ended up getting really good events. None of these events gave us a curse in our deck, which is very helpful when you are forced to take curses if they appear in events. So, I think we should start with a Havoc. See what we get out of the Havoc before we decide where we're throwing our Perfected Strike. Okay, interesting. I kind of want to use this attack potion, or the Distilled Chaos. We're definitely using a potion in this fight. Which one would I rather use? I guess Distilled Chaos because it's the most random of the potions. How unfortunate how they distributed the damage there. Well, I do want to defeat both of them. Both of the little ones. Do I really want to defeat both of them? Nah, let's defeat one of them. Was that really better? I don't know. We're going to knock this one down. We should have killed both of them. We didn't deal any damage to the gremlin leader. Yeah, that was silly. Okay, so we can get Strike back with Exhume. Doesn't seem worth it. Let's do the Reckless Charge first. And then just do nothing else? Sure. We're not doing very well in this elite battle. Thunderclap Whirlwind, and we take 30 damage minus the 3 that we block. Doesn't seem great. Doesn't seem great, but I think that's what we're doing, without using another potion. So the Whirlwind, if we do with 2, kills both of those, so let's strike here first. Take the 30. Well, the 27 at least. Is this a turn that we want to do Bloodletting? I think it is. So Bloodletting first. Why did we have so much energy? Oh, that was 4 plus 3. Got it. Okay, I thought we had more than we actually got from the card. We should do Shrug It Off next to see what else we get. Great. Well, I don't like these options. Maybe we should Shrug It Off, see what the other options are. Well, a Whirlwind. Whirlwind does 15. And Strike knocks this one out. Or Anger, I mean. Sure. And then you're summoning again. That's good, except that I drew terribly. Which will happen a lot in this challenge. So we've got an Exhume. We can Exhume the Disarm, which does help us a lot. The Thunderclap Cleave also is good, but this might be a time that we use this attack potion. I think it is. Use the attack potion. The Immolate is really good here. Yeah, let's take Immolate. Okay, so Thunderclap, Immolate, Cleave, Anger. So unfortunately we used 2 potions in that battle, which was very unfortunate, but we did get self-forming clay. A rather nice relic in my opinion. Whenever we lose health we gain 3 block next turn. That also kind of makes it so that our 1 card that's bloodletting is kind of an even effect now. We lose 3 HP but we also gain 3 block. So we could finally choose Spot Weakness. I still don't want Wild Strike, especially a non-upgraded Wild Strike. Hey Gale, welcome. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, the Fat Deck Challenge is a difficult one. My best with this challenge, by the way, is Ascension 3. And we ratcheted up to Ascension 6 for this one. So I'm thinking about Spot Weakness. It would be the first one that would give us a way to gain strength. Sword Boomerang seems pretty bad until we have a way to gain strength. Spot Weakness is just... it's never going to appear when we want it though, right? I mean, I'm gonna take it. Okay, we're definitely not going to an event because events could have curses, and we would be forced to add them. So disarm is really nice here on the shelled parasite. So let's start with the disarm. Yeah, start with the disarm. We can even exhume that disarm, which I will definitely do. Exhume, disarm you again. So now the shelled parasite is pretty insignificant. And then we can reckless charge, strike, and block. It's a great start to this battle. This turn is annoying. Because what I want to do is Perfected Strike you, but I should probably Perfected Strike the Fungi Beast, right? I think so, because the strike doesn't kill it. Sadly, this is what we're doing. And then we block as much as we can. And the strike doesn't do anything. We did take 2 damage and gained 3 block, though, which is kind of nice. We could use our Spot Weakness. Spot Weakness works really well with Whirlwind. I want to gain block this turn. The Dazed is going to give me 3 block. Oh no, it's not, because we haven't drawn Feel No Pain yet. Never mind. So the Defends are the only way we gain block. Well, let's gain block while we have the Vulnerable on us. And then we could do Thunderclap Anger. It's better than any of the other options, right? Yeah, Thunderclap Anger. There's the Feel No Pain. Let's play it. Flame Barrier, and the Anger... Anger doesn't do anything, except give me more Angers, which I think is pretty good now that we've got all of the strength that we have. Alright, Havoc. Let's do Bash and then Havoc. Havoc will give us all the block that we need. Great. And then this battle is basically done. We just have to draw our attack cards, which it looks like we did. Alright, what are we adding here? Ghostly Armor is another good block card. Because we're constantly adding cards to our deck, you usually see more attack cards than you see block cards, so I really do like adding the block cards when we see them, when they're good block cards. Also is another thing that we can get back with Exhume, and another thing that might trigger Feel No Pain if we don't play it, if we let it burn away. The Clothesline is also kind of nice though. The 3 weakness is kind of a different way to gain block. It's not the same as block, obviously, but it's still pretty significant. Maybe I want the clothesline for the weakness. I'm actually changing to that. Let's take the clothesline plus for the weakness. Alright, we're at 60, which means really not too worried right now. Let's smith. Smithing is a lot less great when you've got a really large deck, but still. I think we want to smith Feel No Pain. Gain more block when we exhaust cards, because we kind of have that synergy now. Alright, and then do I want to go and smith another card or go to another battle? If we go to another battle, we'll be forced to add a card. I'd rather smith than be forced to add a card. Alright, Jirya. Jirya is actually pretty nice. I like Jirya. It gives me things to do that at rest sites other than smith one of the many cards that we're going to have. So let's do that instead. Great. The Book of Stabbing. You know, if we get the right card, this is not a bad battle, because Disarm is really good here. The Liquid Bronze is also really good here. Let's start with Liquid Bronze. Gale asks whether Exhaust takes on extra value in a challenge like this, thinning my deck a little throughout fights, or whether it doesn't make much of a difference. Honestly, it doesn't make much of a difference. It still does at this point in Act 2, because we still only have a 28 card deck, but once we've got a 40 to 50 card deck, which we will get to, it becomes a lot less significant to exhaust cards because you're probably not going to shuffle your deck and draw that many cards in a battle. So since battles don't take long enough for you to really see your deck twice, it's not as significant as it normally is. So we've got our Feel No Pain. I think we're going to play Clothesline above Perfected Strike here, just to get the weakness on. Let's get the weakness on. Also, I'm kind of working against Exhaust by having 2 copies of Anger in the deck, just to point that out too. Alright, Disarm is great against the Book of Stabbing. And we can even spot weakness, which is also going to be good. And I think I'd rather do Bash than Cleave Strike. Of course we're doing Reckless Charge. Okay, I think we've basically won this fight now. We took... I forget how much damage we took the first turn, but at this point, I believe that we will not be taking any more damage. True Grit burns a wound and gives us 13 block. Kinda nice. Let's start with Thunderclap. That means Havoc might win. It instead cost me 3 health. Oh, you know what? I didn't need to do the Havoc to win, because I could have just defended and the Thorns would have killed it. So I actually made the worst possible choice there, dealing myself 3 extra damage than we needed in this battle. How sad. The Shuriken is going to be pretty good with the deck that we've built in. We've built so far. We've got a good amount of zero-cost attacks. The Centennial Puzzle kind of guarantees we're going to have at least 1 turn where we play 3 attacks and gain strength. So Shuriken is quite nice. Don't mind the Weakness Potion either. We could add... Oh man. Do we want to add Sword Boomerang just because we got Shuriken? Or would we rather add another spot weakness? Don't think I want to add another Anger. We already have 2 Angers. I don't really like the Sword Boomerang, but do we really want 2 spot weaknesses? I guess it's not so bad when we're going to have as big of a deck as we have. I guess let's take the Sword Boomerang. Oh, we've got the Jirya too. Yeah. I'm glad we took the Sword Boomerang, I guess. Alright, now I have to decide, are we going to a merchant? I guess we're going to a merchant. Because I want to go to that other elite. So we're going to a merchant. So, for those that weren't here earlier, merchants are kind of the worst in this challenge. Because you have to buy the cards. Anytime that we can add a card to our deck, we must. Which means I have to add cards to the deck. So we buy Havoc, we buy Impervious, we buy Hand of Greed, maybe? I guess we're gonna have to buy an Anger unless we spend our money on everything else. The Panic button seems okay. The Hand of Greed, the Evolve, and do we take the Sever Soul over the 3rd copy of Anger? Because we can only afford one of them. Well, I think we take the Sever Soul. So, there we go. That was a merchant in this challenge. You basically have to spend all of your money buying cards. We have Disarm immediately in the Gremlin leader. That's kind of nice. Should we play Havoc first? If we play Havoc first, if we got Exhume with Havoc, it would be really bad, but if we got our power, it would be good. Let's play the Havoc first. It gave us a Cleave. That's nice. And let's kill, or let's damage this one. Terrible turn for the Flame Barrier and the Spot Weakness. And the Impervious, for that matter. Wow, this was not a good turn, is it? Alright, we'll play the Anger, I guess. We could draw 3 cards. Let's draw 3 cards. Oh my gosh. It didn't get much better. At least we can burn the wound. We didn't even have 3 attacks to play that turn. Ooh, you're summoning again. That's very fortunate for us. We want to play the Perfected Strike, but we'd have to play it against the Gremlin Wizard, because we can't afford to kill it otherwise. So Perfected Strike goes there, Bash goes there. Let's start with a Havoc. See what the Havoc gives us. That was excellent. So just so you know, the Havoc gave us Whirlwind, which is an X-cost card. We had 4 Ember remaining, so the X-cost card got the value 4, but we still didn't have to spend the Ember. So that was a very nice turn for Havoc. And then from the rest of these cards, I guess we play all but the Strike. Ooh, we could get Hand of Greed. Yeah, Sword Boomerang, Hand of Greed, gain 20 gold. There we go. Not that gold is particularly helpful for us. Future card rewards have 1 additional card to choose from. The question card is excellent in this challenge because we're always taking a card reward. Having more choices is really nice. We have another Exhume. I like another Exhume. Let's take it. So we could just start out with Whirlwind immediately. See no reason not to do that. So we could do Thunderclap, defend, defend, defend. It's not great, but would I rather put a strike instead of one of those defends? I'm not sure. Let's do defend, defend, defend. I might regret this if one of them lives too long. Oh, we got the Hand of Greed again. Excellent. So as I see it, we've got Hand of Greed you. And then we can play Havoc to see what that gives us. Okay. Perfect. Now we can Perfected Strike and Reckless Charge. Alright, a Flex Potion is pretty nice. I think our deck is useful to have a Flex Potion with. Sentinel is interesting. I don't really like Hemokinesis or Iron Wave, particularly here. Hemokinesis is fine, but maybe we just want another Clothesline. Sure, another Clothesline it is. And we lift again. Great. That upgrades a very large portion of that 37 cards. Probably around 16 or 17 of those cards are attacks. The Collector, my namesake. Really sad that we got Whirlwind and Cleave on the first turn. I guess we just hit the Collector as hard as we can, which is Cleave, Strike, Strike, Anger, Whirlwind. So we did get the Spot Weakness Exhume, which is always nice. Wait a minute, I was thinking of something other than Spot Weakness. I was thinking of Disarm. We can still do Spot Weakness, don't mind that. The Exhume is now worthless, though, this turn. Guess let's do the Sword Boomerang next. And then Clothesline against the boss, so we get the weakness on the boss. At least we're getting block from the self-forming clay. So we have Disarm this time. As well as Evolve. Evolve might not be too bad. Or we could burn Evolve with the Sever Soul. We are definitely going to disarm the Collector. And it feels like we should play Thunderclap. And then the Havoc. Okay, so Sever Soul burns Evolve and the Wound and the Defend. Hand of Greed does not gain any gold because these are minions. So I guess we're going to play the Sever Soul. Just burn those other cards. And then we have to survive the Collector attacking soon. Unfortunately, we drew Impervious at the wrong time. We should probably play the Clothesline against the Torch Head. That feels so weird. Perhaps we should play Clothesline against the boss. Keep the boss weak and just defend. That way we get 3 block at the cost of 1 health. So, we can kill the Torch Head at least. Let's start with an Exhume, because if we Exhume, we get Disarm back, and disarm the boss some more. And then I'm thinking about playing True Grit on the Bloodletting. Yeah, let's play True Grit on Bloodletting. We're not getting any block from... Right, we haven't played Feel No Pain yet, sadly. Otherwise, we would have gotten a fair amount of block there. Okay. We have to survive a few turns. with the boss with all of these modifiers on us, and I feel like we might have trouble with that. Feels like we might have trouble with that. 21 damage. We do have Panic Button. You know? You know, Panic Button might be not too bad. Yeah, alright, Panic Button it is. Also, we can play the Havoc, because the only thing here is the Feel No Pain. So we know that we're going to play Feel No Pain with Havoc. That will also give us extra block with Panic Button, not that it matters. We can still gain block from Feel No Pain, even though we can't gain block from cards. So the Havoc here is going to give us some block, which is important. Should we play our weak potion on the boss? I think we should. The Sever Soul would burn the True Grit. And I guess we should do that because we have 26 cards left. We're not going to get the True Grit back. So it's better to play the Sever Soul to burn it than to play the True Grit when we can't gain block from it. Alright. And we can now gain block from cards again. We can keep the Collector weak. And actually, we win this turn, and we gain 20 money. Not that the money is necessarily good for us. Alright, Speed Potion, and we have to add a card to our deck. Almost certainly the Offering Plus is the best option here. I think the Juggernaut's not too bad because of the card that we like that's a power that we have in our deck, Feel No Pain. So because of Feel No Pain, the Juggernaut is not so bad because we would gain block every time we exhaust a card when we have Feel No Pain out. But that requires us to draw Feel No Pain and Juggernaut for it to actually do much. On the other hand, drawing 5 cards is really nice. Let's draw 5 cards with Offering Plus. Okay, well, we can actually take Pandora's Box. Pandora's Box is an option because although we can't remove cards, we are allowed to transform them. And we do have all of our strikes and defends because we haven't been able to remove any. So this is a full value Pandora's Box. Do I want that more than Snecko Eye? Probably. Probably. I think I certainly want it more than Black Blood. Black Blood is fine. Let's take the Pandora's Box. Alright, so we replaced our strikes with this set of things. I like the Burning Pact, I like the Disarm, the Limit Break actually isn't so bad, Impervious and Offering is pretty good, Fire Breathing is pretty weak in our deck, Brutality doesn't seem great, but it's not the worst, and Armaments is actually pretty good, especially because it's Armaments Plus, of course. These are all upgraded, by the way, because of the Toxic Egg. So the Pandora's Box was much better because of Toxic Egg. Especially because we got an abnormally high amount of skills from this one. The one downside to this is that our Perfected Strike is now real bad. So the Perfected Strike went down significantly. We have the Time Eater as our boss. Doesn't seem too bad. Where are we gonna go? So I don't think I want that Burning Elite right there. Unless we want to try to go up against the Heart, which seems like it could be dangerous. On the other hand, what else are we doing? I mean, if we take that Burning Elite, the other problem is that There's no fires until the last fire of the act? That's pretty bad. Because if we're taking the Burning Elite, the idea is we're going to Act 4, and that means that we would have to spend that fire taking the key, which means we never get to use our Jiria and we never get to heal at a fireplace. Seems dangerous. I think we're not going to do that. We are going to go this way. Avoid the shop, avoid 3 events. We're going to take 2 events instead. Hit a couple of fireplaces. There's the Perfected Strike. Perfected Strike now deals 11 damage. How sad. The Whirlwind here is not amazing, unless we use the Flex Potion, of course. I think we want to disarm. Disarm this right one. Exhume the disarm. Disarm again. And then True Grit the Perfected Strike, because it's not great. And then play the Whirlwind. Alright, taking some damage here. 17 in fact. We do have an Impervious. Impervious is not too bad. Bloodletting is also not too bad. Let's start with Impervious. Impervious blocks everything. We could Exhume again. We could Exhume to get the Disarm again. Do we really want to do that? We could Exhume a Disarm again. The Fire Breathing will deal basically 12 damage to each of these because we've got the 2 wounds still in our deck. The Fire Breathing's not too bad. Let's play the Fire Breathing. And then I guess we play Spot Weakness. And how much do I want to do Bloodletting? Don't really care. Let's do a Reckless Charge, especially since we played the Fire Breathing. There's our first wound. The Hand of Greed doesn't really work here. Not unless Havoc does some good stuff. Let's play Havoc. We could play Evolve, but we're definitely going to play Cleave. So let's start with a Cleave. And then because the Hand of Greed doesn't give us the money, and I don't know that we care to kill anything here. Actually, we want to kill that Darkling, but the Anger kills that Darkling. Yeah, Hand of Greed doesn't get played that turn. Limit Break. Limit Break is quite good. Double our strength, then do a Thunderclap, and then a Sword Boomerang. Alright. Destroyed. Another True Grit is not too bad. Another Shrug It Off is not too bad. Actually, I like all 3 of the block cards that are here, and the Flex is getting better than it was. I think we take the Shrug It Off, though. Of these, I like Shrug It Off the most. Okay. Oh no, the event was a shop. How unfortunate for us. Well, we could take another Havoc. Another Havoc is not bad. The Dark Shackles could be quite good. Let's take the Dark Shackles. Let's take the Havoc. And then after that, I'm not really sure. Let's take the Transmutation. Part of that is so that we have to take less cards, because it costs more, but also it could actually be somewhat good. We'll see. And we're up to 42 cards. I think we're getting to 50 cards. We may not, but I think we are going to get to 50 cards. Especially with a Sensory Stone. Because the Sensory Stone, we have to choose the final option to add 3 colorless cards. because we must add cards when we can. Thinking Ahead draws 2 cards. It just doesn't have exhaust. The dramatic entrance doesn't seem amazing. Trip is not bad. Trip plus. Blind plus is not bad either. I think I'm probably going to take the Trip plus. Ooh, Secret Technique is amazing. Violence is really good too, actually. I think we take Secret Technique, though. Secret Technique is quite good. And then we take the Trip, and I'm thinking about Thinking Ahead. Or another transmutation. The bomb. What do we think about the bomb? I don't know what I want to do here. I'm thinking about the boss, the Time Eater. And honestly, none of these are great against Time Eater. Of all of these against Time Eater, probably Dramatic Entrance and the Bomb are the best suited for that final battle. So I guess we're taking the bomb. Alright, we head towards the Spire. We've got Impervious on the first turn. We also have Hand of Greed. I can't do Impervious and Hand of Greed. In fact, if I do Impervious... Well, you know, I can do Impervious and Hand of Greed, it just doesn't get us the gold. Although, as we've mentioned, the gold is not the most important thing. So let's do Impervious. Oh, but I want to do Spot Weakness as well. Let's do the Impervious no matter what. Should we do Spot Weakness or Hand of Greed on the front one here? Since we have the block this turn. I think I want to do Hand of Greed on the front one while we've got the block. We've got Whirlwind, we've got Panic Button. We could do Panic Button Whirlwind. That would deal a lot of damage, you know? Sure, Panic Button Whirlwind. We still take damage from you. Well, let's do Dark Shackles. There's no reason not to do Dark Shackles. It's not like we're going to get back to it in this battle. We got another Impervious, but we can't gain block from cards, so it's not very useful. Unfortunately, this one's attacking us this turn, when we can't gain block from cards. This left one I was pretty sure we could defeat. But... what are we going to do? Yeah, we kill this one, and then we just take the 9. Okay, we can now once again gain block from cards. Which means we could do... let's start with a Havoc. How nice. How nice that it wasn't an attack. I didn't think about that until after I played it. Now what do I want? True Grit gives me block. Clothesline does some damage. Secret Technique puts a skill in my hand. What skill? I haven't decided yet. We could have gotten the Trip. That probably would have been the best option. But since we didn't do that, we're going to take the Disarm. Let's Exhume. We can exhume impervious, become impervious, and then anger. Alright, not too bad. Dark Embrace. Whenever a card is exhausted, draw one card, and it's upgraded. How very nice for us. We are definitely taking Dark Embrace here. The Transient. How bad is the Transient in our deck? I mean, we've got the Imperviouses this turn. Play the Havoc first. Thunderclap, alright. I mean, there's kind of no choices here. We play Reckless Charge, we play Fire Breathing, we play Impervious. As we saw last time, the Impervious in the exhaust pile is really nice because we've got 2 cards that can get cards out of exhaust piles. There's one of them, the Exhume. There's another Exhume. So, we could do Bash Clothesline. The Bash Clothesline would do how much damage? 10 plus 24 is 34. We'd still be taking some damage. Or we could exhume our Impervious. Let's exhume the Impervious. Gain the block, just do the bash. Trip is definitely worth playing. We're probably going to play Offering, but I think we should play Shrug It Off first. Ooh, Dark Shackles. Dark Shackles is not bad. And then we're probably still playing Offering. Yes, definitely. We have another Offering. But we do have Anger and Cleave in our hand. Let's do Anger, Anger. The Bomb is actually pretty good here, right? Because it... Does it tick down the right number? I think it does. I think it ticks down so that the final turn we deal the 50 damage. So that's perfect. And then... Clothesline, Cleave, I think. We've got the Secret Technique. We also got Dark Embrace, which is quite nice. Let's figure out the Secret Technique first. The Secret Technique is Flame Barrier or Havoc? Could be Havoc. Could be Exhume. It should probably be Exhume. Let's take Exhume. So the Exhume gives us back our Impervious again. And then we Spot Weakness and Disarm. Take 2. And then our Bomb is going to deal 50, which is good for us. Let's do a Shrug It Off. The Whirlwind is great. Great. So that went okay. We got a Fire Potion. Don't mind the Fire Potion. Another Disarm. Another Anger. I guess we take another Disarm? We could take a Rupture Plus. Actually, we could take a Rupture Plus. We do have 3 cards that take health from us now. Let's take a Rupture Plus. Okay, I'm definitely going to this fireplace, and we're definitely going to lift at this fireplace. I think the next fireplace we might heal after this elite. And then we could go to a final shop. Who knows? Who knows if a final shop is actually a good thing? We should play Secret Technique here. It's just a question of what we want to get with the Secret Technique. Let's do Secret Technique, look at our options. One of our options is Offering. which is really nice. Let's do Offering. And I think we play the Evolve before the Offering. We got Limit Break, we got the Bomb. So we could play Anger, Cleave, Clothesline, and Limit Break. If I did all of that, we would only have one left. We couldn't play the Bomb. Unless we exhumed our Dark Embrace, our Offering, I mean. Or we could, you know, the wounds are not so bad because we have Evolve. So we could take a wound. Just use the Dark Shackles. Oh, but I'm trying to gain strength. You know what? Never mind. We're just going to Limit Break, Cleave, and then Anger to kill one of them. The Bomb so that we deal 50 damage at the end of a couple turns. And I guess we can True Grit instead of Dark Shackles, get rid of the injury. Alright. Spot Weakness seems like a good plan. We might want to do Havoc. Let's do a Spot Weakness first. And then a Havoc. Wonderful. That was nice. I'm wondering if we use Exhume to get Offering, or actually we could get Sword Boomerang. The Sword Boomerang is not guaranteed to kill that one, but it has a very good chance. Let's get the Sword Boomerang back. Great. And then here's the turn where our Bomb goes off. So we're really thinking about blocking the Reptomancer this turn. Don't worry about the dagger. And I think we do Shrug It Off. We could do the Clothesline, but then we couldn't do Flame Barrier. Let's do Armament's Flame Barrier. That blocks almost everything. And we have Impervious for this turn, as well as a nice trip to play. Trip, Bash, Impervious. Seems great. And at this point, we're basically done with the fight. We just have to get the attack cards, which we did. An ink bottle. That's quite nice. Another way to draw cards. I could take another Rupture? My word. I think we should take the Twin Strike. We at this point have a lot of strength, and we do actually need some cards that attack. We've been taking a lot of non-attack cards. I think that's partially because of Toxic Egg. Also, this makes my Perfected Strike better. Alright, let's rest at this one. And move on. I think we might be going to that merchant, by the way. Ooh, Bottled Tornado is so excellent. Upon pickup, choose a power card, start each combat with that card in hand. We basically get to put either Dark Embrace or Feel No Pain in our starting hand. I think both are very good options. Let's take a Dark Embrace. Alright, nobody attacking me. I think we play Dark Embrace and then we play Transmutation. Panache. Panache is excellent. Secret Technique is also excellent. Secret Technique gives me Offering. There's the Feel No Pain. Wonderful. We've basically got our setup now. So at this point we could do Purify, which exhausts cards and draws more cards, which I think is actually a good plan. So Let's delete several cards, including Perfected Strike, the unupgraded Clothesline, Flame Barrier. Could even do the Whirlwind. Actually, the Disarm is quite bad. Let's get rid of the Disarm in this battle. We got a Twin Strike. We could do a Twin Strike or Whirlwind. I think we want Twin Strike. And at this point, the repulsors are not bad for us because it causes us to draw cards and gain block. So we're just going straight after the Spirit Guardian. I see Panic Button. I also see Spot Weakness, Exhume. Exhume could get back a number of nice things. Let's do the Spot Weakness. Let's do an Exhume. Actually, let's do a True Grit first, because that'll draw us a card. Actually, it'll draw us 2 cards. Reckless Charge. Fine. We might Reckless Charge this Repulsor, just because it's being annoying. But let's Exhume first. And for Exhume, I think I want... What do I want? I honestly don't know. What do I want? Actually, the Transmutation might be good. Get another Transmutation? Sure. Another Transmutation. We get another Panache. Alright. We can even do Thinking Ahead. So Thinking Ahead, we draw 2 cards, we put one on top. And the one that we put on top, we get to play with Havoc. I think we're going to play the Limit Break with Havoc. And we get Secret Technique. How nice. We can do Trip. Don't mind that. And that defeats those 2. Alright, great. We even set up our ink bottle, although I was not thinking about setting up the ink bottle for the next battle, but we kind of did. Now there we go, we could get another Twin Strike. Another Twin Strike. The Nemesis. So how bad is the Nemesis? Not so bad with Impervious in our starting hand, I guess. We can always Havoc. Let's play the Havoc. Bloodletting. Alright. We could play another Havoc. Sure, another Havoc. Ooh, Flame Barrier is quite good this turn. We are certainly playing the Anger and the Reckless Charge. And what we could do is play... We could get a Havoc back, because this Havoc was exhausted. But what I'm really thinking about doing is playing Cleave Whirlwind. You play the Cleave first, partially because we get an extra strength by doing this. Let's do that. Dark Shackles seems perfectly fine here. We also get Feel No Pain, which is good. And we can even Burning Pact this wound. Oh, nice. We certainly want to Limit Break this turn. I guess we do that first. And then we can Exhume something if we want. We could Exhume the Havoc, or we could just play Thunderclap. Just play Thunderclap. Although I don't like the 45, we did get Secret Technique, which is excellent for dealing with that, because we can just get Impervious. I guess we play Transmutation again. Transmutation. We got Mind Blast, which does do 25 damage. Equal the number of cards in our draw pile. We don't want to eat Secret Technique first. Do we even want a Secret Technique? We have no energy, so it would be for something that we could play with 0. Nah, let's not. Not this time. Fire breathing is not too bad. We could play the brutality, but I'm not very interested. I don't know. Let's just play a couple of Twin Strikes, do 4 damage. We could draw a card. Let's not. Alright, in theory we win this turn. That's the theory. Doesn't look like we do. But we do get to play Panic Button. Seems like a good turn for Panic Button, I think. Actually, we don't have much exhaust next turn. Maybe we don't play Panic Button. And we just play Shrug It Off? Don't like where we are. Let's play Shrug It Off. Trip, Bash, Clothesline. We might still play Panic Button. Oh, I don't like it. Let's play the Panic Button. At least we have True Grit next turn. But if he's attacking for another 45, I would be really sad. I don't think he can do that. Still, 7 times 3 is not good for us. So the bomb doesn't really do anything, so let's burn the bomb. Spot weakness is fine. Exhume, there we go. Exhume, we can get back... Probably we want to get back... Ooh, Dark Shackles. Dark Shackles is perfect. Because Dark Shackles is not us gaining block. It's reducing their attack. Great. And then we can just play some other cards. Alright. We can Limit Break, Twin Strike. There we go. Dead. Magic Flower makes healing better. Don't really heal too much, except for the Burning Blood. So it's not very significant. I don't think I want the Explosive Potion. It might be better than Speed Potion, but Speed Potion might give us the opportunity to live. Explosive Potion doesn't really do that much. What do we take here? I mean, the Immolate is actually pretty good, because we don't get to our discard pile very often. And we do have a lot of exhausts. So, sure, Immolate. Immolate's pretty good. Lots of damage. And I think that we have to, because of the challenge, we've got to go to that other merchant. Let's go. Alright, what are we buying at this merchant? We've got 205. We could get Metamorphosis. The Madness Plus doesn't really do much. The Heavy Blade is actually really good now. I think we do take Shrug It Off. And then we're kind of forced to take cards that I don't like so much. Heavy Blade. I think we will take the Madness. I mean, let's take the Flex at this point. And then we can no longer take the Madness, so Rupture again. Alright. So we visited our final merchant. We've got a 54 card deck. Let's go to the next one. Giant Head has Slow. Slow is perfect for us. We play so many cards. I think what we play is we play Dark Embrace and then the Transmutation. And then we play Bloodletting. Ooh. Let's think about this. Let's play the Bloodletting. And then I want to play Madness. We could play Forethought, which is kind of crazy. Forethought is so weird. Especially because we have a 46 card deck. Now granted, we draw a card every time we exhaust something, which makes us go through that pretty fast. But still. Let's True Grit the Injury. And then let's Forethought and put some things on the bottom. So we're going to Forethought the Burning Pact, Dark Shackles, and Disarm. That way we can play the rest of these cards. We can play Madness, which will either hit Immolate or Perfected Strike. It hit the Immolate. Can't really play the Rupture too, though. Let's just play what we have. So Reckless Charge first, then Perfected Strike, then Immolate. Okay. Pretty decent first turn, I think. I kind of want the Evolve. Let's play the Disarm first because it draws us a card. And then the Evolve. There's an Offering. How much do I want to play Offering in this fight? Happy to play it. Okay, here's a flex. Let's flex. Let's play Bash, I think. And then Havoc, which played a Clothesline. Great. Then Cleave Twin Strike. Cleave Twin Strike. Great, that was a good turn. Definitely playing Trip. And then, unfortunately, we don't have much in terms of block. Unless we play Panic Button, which I don't think we should do. Actually, we're going to draw a card. So we could play Anger, Sword Boomerang, and then draw a card. See what we get. We got a Twin Strike. Still don't have much in terms of block. But maybe we don't need much in terms of block anymore. No, we should not play Panic Button. Let's take the 4. Hello, Jimmy. Welcome to the stream. Fire breathing coming in the same turn as the wounds is very unfortunate. I guess let's play Shrug It Off first. And then Fire breathing Anger Hand of Greed. And it looks like Limit Break Whirlwind. Limit Break Whirlwind. Nice. We got a Molten Egg. It's kind of late to get the Molten Egg. Floor 47 is not when you want to see an egg. But you know, we still have to add cards to our deck, so might as well add upgraded ones. The Pummel Strike is a strike card, but I think we want an Immolate Plus. We certainly don't want Clash. But Immolate Plus seems pretty good for us. We have Panic Button. Do I really want to play Panic Button on the first turn in this battle? Maybe not. We want to play Dark Embrace. No questions there. If we play Panic Button, we can't gain block next turn, which is very significant. I think we'd rather play the Flame Barrier and maybe the Brutality. Brutality on the first turn is better than other turns. Flame Barrier, we do get to draw a card. Well, Spot Weakness is not bad. Alright, we took 11 there. Plus, we're taking 1 from our own. Although it does give us 3 block. It deals us 1 damage, gives us 3 block the following turn. We've got an Immolate. Immolate deals a bunch of damage. Let's start with Immolate. Immolate does a bunch of damage. I don't really want the bomb in this one. I think we're going to win too fast for the bomb to be worthwhile. I could play Armaments and Reckless Charge, defeating this one. I don't know. Maybe we should play Shrug It Off. Play Shrug It Off. We got an Offering. Let's just do the Reckless Charge. Reckless Charge and Rupture, because the Rupture gives us 2 strength every turn. I think that's good. Alright, in theory we want to win this turn. We can do a trip. Dark Shackles draws us a card, so let's play Dark Shackles. We got Impervious, not what I wanted. Does the Sever Soul defeat one of these? It does. Oh great. Sever Soul defeats one of these, draws us 3 cards, and then the Heavy Blade takes the other one out. Great. Swift Potion almost certainly better than Speed Potion. Let's discard the Speed Potion for the Swift Potion. And final card that we're adding to the deck. I think that Headbutt is probably amazing. Because we're going to have so many options. We're going to have such a large discard pile, which means we have so many options for Headbutt. Alright, here's our 56 card deck. I think I will rest and go into the Time Eater fight. I'm feeling pretty good about this one. So of course we play Dark Embrace. We probably want to play Havoc. Probably want to play Havoc. And another Havoc, sure. We burned one of our wounds, which is actually pretty nice. And it looks like we're still taking damage here. We could try to stop that somewhat with playing Offering. I think I will. Let's play Offering. And we're probably going to play 12 cards this turn. So Rupture seems pretty nice. The Impervious is fine. I think we have to play Bloodletting if we're going to play 12 cards, and I want to play 12 cards. So let's play the Bloodletting. So now we get to do Anger, Twin Strike, Twin Strike? Actually, if we do Anger, Hand of Greed, then both of the Twin Strikes get the extra strength. And then we get to play Impervious so that we don't take more damage. Great. Good first turn. Good first turn, I think. The Feel No Pain is excellent here. So let's play Feel No Pain. I think we want to do our Swift Potion. But maybe we do the Swift Potion after we play Evolve? Hard to say. We could play Reckless Charge before we play Evolve. Let's do this. Reckless Charge, Evolve, and then Swift Potion. Okay, well, didn't make it a lot better. I guess we're going to play Limit Break and Shrug It Off. Let's play the Shrug It Off first. Ooh, Brutality. Brutality is good here. And luckily that makes it so that we're at 6. So we played half the cards for the... what is it called? The Time Warp. We could easily play 6 more if we played Offering, but I don't know that we want to. I think what we'd rather do is play Headbutt. If we play Headbutt, we can put the Limit Break on top of our deck so that we gain lots of strength. And then do we do anything else this turn? I think we play one more card, so play the Bash. That way we've got 4 cards next turn. And we did get another Impervious, which is great. And the Flex with the Limit Break. How about that? That's very nice. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to play Flex. I'm going to play... We could play Dark Shackles instead of Impervious. Sure. And then we can only play 2 more cards. I am going to play this Flex Potion before we play Limit Break, because then we double the Flex Potion. It basically makes the Flex Potion permanent. That's the effect of that. Then we only get to play 1 more card, so might as well be Fire Breathing. Alright. And we are crushing the Time Eater at this point. You can kind of already see it in the fact that we drew Heavy Blow. And Heavy Blow does a lot of damage. We should play... Let's play the Heavy Blow first. Heavy Blow first. Now, the real question is, should we try to win before Time Eater heals himself? I don't know. I guess we can get Offering back. Let's exhume Offering. There we go. We got a Trip and an Immolate and a Perfected Strike. Looks like the best we can do this turn, which is enough. All right. Time Eater didn't even get to heal himself. There we go. All right, that was the Ironclad with the Fat Deck Challenge. We ended up with 56 cards on Ascension 6. Here's our deck. Our deck was a pile of stuff, honestly. It was a pile of stuff. We did only get 1 curse, which I was honestly surprised at. We went to a number of events that had the possibility of getting us curses, and we only got 1 curse, which I'm very surprised by. We could have gotten a lot more curses in the deck, and we just got lucky. We had a good theme of exhausting cards for benefit. We picked up the Feel No Pain very early, and we picked up a couple Havocs, which kind of started it off. But getting 2 Exhumes, I think we got both Exhumes. We got the Exhumes at the end of each boss. One of the bosses we got the Exhume straight out, and the other boss we got the Exhume out of the Pandora's box. And then Reckless Charge was pretty decent when we've got such a large deck and we have an exhaust theme. We actually got a fair amount of strength gain, which I did not expect. And the other thing that was pretty interesting about this one is we ended up going to 3 merchants, I think. One of them ambushed us. The other 2 I actually chose to go to. Oh, did we go to 4? I think we went to 4 merchants. So at every merchant, we spent all of our money buying cards. And as Gale points out, the Exhumes were very good because we had a big exhaust pile. In most cases, we had a few things in the exhaust pile, and the Exhumes meant that we could just get them back whenever we wanted to, especially the Imperviouses. We kind of had 4 Impervious in the deck, which meant that we could block 4 turns in one go through our deck, as well as the Panic button, kind of making it 5, but only kind of. And the other thing that was nice that we got at the very end that works really well with this large deck challenge is the Headbutt, because when your discard pile is huge, Headbutt is much better. You can get back exactly what you want. basically. So that was a nice inclusion too. All right, that was our first run, and that sets a new personal best for this challenge of mine. Encyclopedian, perfect. Because we had a deck size of at least 50 cards. All right, so the next run is going to be the same challenge, but with the Watcher. The Watcher is probably the worst character for this challenge. And for a very simple reason. The Watcher really cares about stances. And stances don't really work well in a deck that's very inconsistent. And large decks are very inconsistent. Because we did so well on Ascension 6, I'm kind of thinking about going up to Ascension 7. Let's do it. Let's see if we can beat the personal record with the Watcher, of all things. Okay, we actually have to choose the third option for both reasons. Whenever we can choose a card, we have to, and this option gives us 2 cards. So we absolutely have to gain a curse and a rare colorless card. No option here. Let's just see what we get. Writhe is a pretty bad curse because with the large deck, curses can be not so bad because you don't always draw them, but Writhe you always draw. Still not the worst curse that we could get, of course. Sadistic Nature would be good with very particular Watcher cards. Can't really depend on getting those. Do we just take Transmutation again? Or do we take Metamorphosis? Metamorphosis is worse when you've got a big deck. Let's take Transmutation again. Okay, what do we have? The only way that we don't go to a merchant is if we... I guess we could skirt this way or this way. That's the only ways to avoid merchants in the start. I think I see a decent path. So if we start here, we can do a few normal enemies, and then we can choose to go to the right here, which will bypass the merchant and hit 2 elites. I like that. So, starting on the right. The beginning of this will seem pretty normal as a beginning of a Watcher run, aside from the fact that we've got a curse already. Eruption, strike, strike, strike. How much does that deal? The strikes do... So that's thunder, by the way. If you heard that through the microphone. Alright, the eruption strike, strike, strike does 45, which is notably not 49. We could play all of that and the defend. Or we could avoid the eruption and just do the strikes. Let's just do the strikes and the defend. And this next turn, are we just playing Transmutation? How bad is Transmutation on its own? It could be kind of bad. We don't have much attacks left in our deck for our eruption, though. Huh. I think we play Vigilant Strike here. And just burn the Transmutation. Oh, we ended up drawing both the strikes in our draw pile with the eruption. That's kind of perfect. I would love to build a pressure points deck, but definitely this challenge is not the time to try a pressure points deck. The Flurry of Blows might be pretty decent because the discard pile, it's going to be in the discard pile for a while. Trying not to talk over the thunder. Alright, I think I'm going to take Flurry of Blows because it's going to come back from the discard pile a lot, probably. We'll see how it goes. I think we start with Transmutation here. Mayhem is not bad. And Dramatic Entrance is great. And then I think this is the perfect time for a panic button, too. How about that? We even still have our Miracle. The big deck means I have so much room for pressure points. As long as I get a pressure points in almost every card pack. Conclude is really good. I like Conclude. The Battle Hymn stores smites in our hand. I think I really like Conclude. Let's take the Conclude. Flurry of Blows, obviously. I guess we play the Transmutation. It's probably better than playing the Strikes. Madness makes one of the strikes free. Unless we play... Actually, we can do a lot of stuff, right? Because we can do Violence and Master of Strategy. Let's get the Miracle first. Okay. Madness made a Defend free. That's not too bad. Okay, weird first turn. Took 7 damage. But we do just win this turn, right? Yeah, there it goes. I conclude the battle with Conclude. So we've got Tantrum. The really nice thing about Tantrum is that it shuffles into your draw pile. The really bad thing about Tantrum is we don't have a lot of ways to leave Wrath. But maybe we get them. Maybe the idea here is that we get lots of ways to exit Wrath, and we have only a couple ways to enter Wrath, including Tantrum. I'm down for it. Let's try. Okay, so... Don't really like this battle so far. I guess we go after the Spike Slime. That Writhe really hurts, especially since we can never get rid of the Writhe. So we could do Tantrum and end with Conclude. Conclude would deal 24, the Strike would deal 12, so that's 36, plus the 9 is 45. Again, not quite enough to defeat the enemy. So I don't know that we play Tantrum. Maybe we just play Transmutation. Let's do Defend Transmutation. Sadistic Nature, Mind Blast. We only have 5 cards in our deck. Still. And then we Miracle the Conclude. Alright, took 5 damage. And then we still can't win, so I guess we play Vigilance, Flurry of Blows, Defend. The Mind Blast does 8. We haven't gotten to the point that our deck is big enough for Mind Blast. But if we found a Mind Blast in a shop, that would be perfect. It's just that means that we have to go to a shop intentionally to try to find it. Tantrum plus Strike. Let's see here. Tantrum plus Strike does 6 damage. Yes, that's enough with the Conclude. Great. Conclude that battle. I like concluding the battles with conclude. Alright, so here we go. Here's an empty fist that we can use to exit Wrath. So we found a way to exit Wrath. That also makes the Flurry of Blows a lot better. Also, we got really lucky with this question mark and ended up being a battle rather than an event that gave us another Writhe or something. Still bleeding damage pretty much every battle, which is not very nice. The Strike, Conclude, Tantrum does not do 35 damage, does it? We do 9 damage there, 18 damage there. That's 27 plus the 6. That's so close. We've been so close, but not quite there almost every time. So I think we do the defend transmutation again. We've got the bomb. The bomb will win eventually. And taking more damage again. This has been not great for us, how much damage we take each battle. Especially this early. And of course we end with a bomb. Boom. Alright, so there's another tantrum, but there's also halt and meditate. Both work pretty well with the fact that we already have a tantrum. Meditate is especially good because the discard pile is going to be very large, so we get a lot of choices from meditate. It's also quite good to upgrade, of the things to upgrade. Just take a meditate. Ooh, painful battle. Very painful battle here. I think we start with transmutation and hope. We could even miracle transmutation. Put all of our hope in the transmutation. Let's do it. Miracle transmutation. We got a trip. We got a jack of all trades to try again. A panache. Panache is, you know, really good in this battle, but not great this first turn. So we are going to take a lot of damage. A lot of damage. To the point that I'm really thinking about taking the Essence of Steel just for the 4 block that it gives us. But I guess it's going to be better next battle than this battle. Alright, we're down to 5. We're down to 5 already. Still. All we have to do is play 5 cards and we deal 10 damage to all the enemies, which is very easy when we've got Flurry of Blows. Flurry of Blows, Tantrum, Flurry of Blows, Strike, Strike. Great. We made it out of that one, and of course we got an explosive potion from that battle. It's classic to get the potion that you needed in that battle, after the battle. We could take Crescendo. The Retain is actually really nice. Or we could take Consecrate. I think I want the Crescendo. And we could die here, considering we only have 5 health. Well, we could die here. I guess the way that we potentially don't die here is that we deal as much damage as possible and maybe defeat the Gremlin Knob in 2 turns. That kind of means that we don't want to play Empty Fist. We play Empty Fist before Tantrum? Or do we trust that we're going to draw Crescendo or Tantrum again? I don't know. I think we've got to do as much damage as we can, which I think means Empty Fist, Tantrum, Conclude. Alright, let's see if we can do 44 damage turn 2. We did get Crescendo, but unfortunately we die here. We can actually do a fair amount of damage, but not quite enough. We needed to draw another attack card. If we drew another strike, I think we would have had enough, because we have the explosive potion. Yeah, very sad, but we die here. Alright. Let's try that again with the Watcher. We died pretty quickly there, mostly due to the normal enemies. Like, we weren't going to take that much damage from the Gremlin Knob, we just went in with 5 health. So, we did not last very long. So, let's just run it right back. Ascension 7 with the Watcher. Try again. Do we want to just do enemies in the next 3 combats have 1 health? You know, pretty happy with it. Let's do that. Once again, what do we want? I could go after the Burning Elite. Going after the Burning Elite gives me the most normal enemies and the least question marks. Let's do that. So we're going to start here and try to do a few elites. The other thing that really hurt us that last one is starting with Writhe. Starting with Writhe was real bad. Alright, we've got a choice here already. Do we take Wheel Kick or Tantrum? I think we take Tantrum again. I feel like the Tantrum idea is a good one. We just have to get a little bit lucky with it. Or at least a little bit not unlucky. There's Empty Body, a way to leave Wrath. Also, follow-up, I think works really well with Tantrum. Let's take a follow-up. Let's take the Empty Body later, if we get another choice at it. Rushdown or Scrawl? Man, I really like Scrawl. Rushdown is pretty good too, but let's take a Scrawl. And we get a difficult battle. This difficult battle we can defeat a couple of them turn 1 with the follow-up and the strike, and we can defend everything as well. Okay, let's do that. So Tantrum goes here, follow that up with a follow-up and a strike, and then defend, Miracle Defend blocks everything. And we're in Wrath, so we should be able to defeat these. Well, we're guaranteed to win next turn, so just do that. Great. Easy battle. I think we take Third Eye. Flying Sleeves has Retain, which is not bad. Crescendo has Retain, which is not bad. But the Scry 3 is pretty good. Scry 3 might be really good if we get curses as well. Let's take Third Eye. They are both starting off buffing themselves, which means we can do a lot of damage here. Let's do a lot of damage here. So I'm going to do the Eruption here, a Strike here, and then I'm actually going to split it, I think, so we can decide which one we'd rather kill if it gets to that. And you know what? It doesn't. We just win. Tranquility has retain and it enters calm. I like it. Let's take a way to enter calm. Might be very important. Now this one I don't know what we're doing. We could take 20 damage by doing Eruption Strike. Seems like it could be bad. We could do Vigilance Miracle Eruption Strike and take less damage. And still end up in Wrath for next turn. Kind of like that option. So Vigilance, Eruption, and Strike. And then we still get to play Third Eye. The Scrawl might be good. I don't really want the Defend. Let's keep the Scrawl there. Okay, we're taking 5 here, but I think we should be able to defeat at least one of these this turn. And we got Tranquility even. How about that? Let's play Scrawl first. I think. We've got the follow-up in our deck. Yeah, let's play the Scrawl first. I'm thinking about playing Tranquility Tantrum. If I played Tranquility Tantrum, how dumb would that be? As opposed to playing Tantrum follow-up and then Tranquility? Take less damage? I think we play the Tranquility last. So the Tantrum goes here, because we do have to kill this one. And then Tranquility. Take 10. So we've taken 15 in this battle so far. But we do have Tantrum again. And we will get Tantrum yet again. Tantrum is nice. I don't really want to play the Tantrum this time, though. Let's just play the Third Eye. And just take 3. Strike, Strike, follow-up takes you out. So we can play Tantrum and end with Vigilance. I like that. Get rid of the 2 dazed as well. Great. And this battle is basically done. We got Captain's Wheel, which gives us 18 block at the start of our 3rd turn. Kind of nice, if we make it to our 3rd turn in battles. Liquid Memories is really good, better in this challenge than it normally is. And Empty Fist is another way to exit Wrath. Let's take it. I'm thinking about smithing. Let's smith. So we're going to smith. We could smith Scrawl. Scrawl would make it cost 0, which is nice. We could smith Empty Fist, which is a pretty good smith target overall. We could smith Tantrum. Third Eye makes it Scry 5, which is pretty good. Let's do the Empty Fist. Let's focus on attack. Attack value in Act 1. The Looter. Well, easy first turn. Just take 1. And then if we scrawl, let's play Miracle Scrawl. And then we've got Tantrum, Follow-Up, Strike, and Strike. Great. I don't think we even get to play all the strikes. I do like getting the Distilled Chaos. Here's another Empty Fist. Although, should we do Sash Whip instead? Or Crush Joints for that matter? I'm going to do Crush Joints. Adds a way to add Vulnerable, which is pretty good in the Watcher, especially if you can reliably get into Wrath, like we can so far. Hey, we got another egg from the first chest. This time it's a frozen egg, which is less significant, but still. Eggs from the first chest are great. All of our powers that we add to the deck get upgraded, and we're certain to add a couple of those. So, Metallicize 4 on the Gremlin knob. I think we want to do the Distilled Chaos here after we play Eruption. Eruption, Distilled Chaos. Wow, that was pretty bad. Alright, that was not my favorite. We certainly have to play Tantrum. We've got to play Tantrum. We're going to take damage, but we've got to play Tantrum so that we can be in Wrath, so that we can defeat this battle quickly enough. And then I think Third Eye is better than not playing Third Eye. We at least get to get rid of the Defend. Alright. Well, 13 damage. Can we win this turn? We did get Crush Joints. That's perfect. Adds 1 vulnerable. That means Empty Fist wins. Great. Letter Opener. When we play 3 skills in a single turn, we might do that. We'll see. And we got the Emerald Key. Flex Potion is not too bad either. We could take Indignation or Crescendo. Both are ways to enter Wrath. The Deus Ex Machina works well with Letter Opener, technically. But I think we want Indignation. Alright, we've got a few different ways to enter Wrath. We probably want to add more ways to exit Wrath. I think we play Defend Crush Joints. Follow up an Empty Fist. And then realize that I made a mistake. Splitting that first turn was probably not a good idea. So we're certainly playing Tantrum. And then we could play Strike Strike to defeat this one. That means we've got at least the Tantrum next turn. We've also got Tranquility if we need it, which we don't. Another Flex Potion. I don't think we take that one. So Battle Hymn becomes innate. That might be good. Okay, I'll take an innate Battle Hymn. It's an interesting thing to do. Because I don't know if we actually want a power to be in our opening hand every single battle. Okay, unfortunately, this is exactly what I was trying to avoid by going to as few events as possible. We have to take a card, which means we have to take the box option because it gives us a card. The fact that the card is a terrible curse that, according to our rules, we can never remove from our deck is unfortunate, but that's what we get. So we got Regret and we got Dreamcatcher, which means every time we go to a rest site, we now have to rest so that we can add more cards. We are no longer allowed to upgrade at rest sites. What a terrible event. Absolutely terrible. Let's play the Third Eye to see what we've got coming. Guess we don't want the strike. Still thinking about whether we want that vigilance. We do want the vigilance. So next turn we wake up the beast. And we can do it with... Let's see here. If we play Eruption... If we play Eruption, we could do Indignation, Miracle Crush Joints, Smite. I like it. So, Eruption first. Indignation to add Vulnerable. And then Miracle Crush Joints to add even more Vulnerable. And a couple of Smites. And we're guaranteed to win next turn because of Battle Hymn. Crushed. We get an old coin, 300 gold to spend at random shops we come across the way, to add more cards to our deck. We have to add one of these cards, which is unfortunate because I don't actually want any of these cards. I guess we could take a second Indignation. The signature move is not often going to be something we can play, because we're probably going to have attacks in our hand quite often. Oh, what do we do? Signature move is probably pretty often a dead card, so let's take Indignation. I'm feeling not so great about this one so far. I do want to play the Battle Hymn, Vigilance, Defend. Yeah, Battle Hymn, Vigilance, Defend. Take 1 damage. And then we can play Scrawl. Scrawl will certainly give us a way to enter Wrath. Like this one, Indignation enters Wrath. It even is a skill, so we can play Crush Joints after it. Simmering Fury is yet another way to enter Wrath. I don't think we need another way to enter Wrath. Worship is going to be terrible in a large deck, because we can't reliably get lots of mantra cards. So I guess we're taking Carve Reality. And then we have to rest, because that adds a card to our deck. Like Water seems pretty bad with what we have so far. Bowling Bash is quite nice. Let's take a Bowling Bash. And then I feel like we defeat this boss, but I don't know how well we do in Act 2. Act 2 might not be great for us. We could do Miracle, Crush Joints, Carve Reality, Smite. But I don't know if we want to spend our Miracle this early. Let's just do Crush Joints, Carve Reality. We have a couple of ways to enter Wrath. Do I have a favorite? I guess let's do Indignation. That way this does not... This takes it down to 1 on the mode shift, which means we can do as much damage as possible. I mean, I guess let's play the Bowling Bash so that we keep the Smites. Why did we keep the Smites? I don't know. Why did I keep the Smites? I feel like there was supposed to be a reason, but I don't know what the reason was supposed to be. So the follow-up is quite nice. Could have played Indignation first, though. Probably should have. And then I think this is where we play the Miracle. Miracle Smite. And then we could do another Smite and a Defend. Take 6. We've got Empty Fist. We also have Tranquility. Regret is in my discard pile, or my draw pile, which means we don't want to play Scrawl. Scrawl would be bad this turn. We are surely going to end with either Empty Fist or Tranquility. The real question is, can we just win this turn? I think the answer might be yes. I think we do win this turn. Because Empty Fist does 42. We're off by 1. We're off by 1. Well, we can always play the Liquid Memories to get back something. Or we could take the damage. Because we heal up after the boss, it's just going to be less of a heal if we don't use a potion. I think we use Liquid Memories. I'd rather use Liquid Memories than Flex Potion. So, we play Tantrum. We play Empty Fist. And then we play Liquid Memories to get back any attack card. Okay. Deva form is upgraded already. I probably want Deva form more than I want Wish or Blasphemy. The Blasphemy is particularly bad in this type of deck. So let's take the Deva form. Ooh, the Snecko Eye. The Snecko Eye might be really good. We can't take the Empty Cage. Let's take the Snecko Eye. So we start off confused. We draw 2 additional cards every turn. This means that cards that cost more are going to be better for our deck. Because being confused means that they will probably cost less. So, taking Snecko Eye, it means we draw more cards every turn. And go into Act 2. How do I feel about this one? I feel like we have trouble. Do I want to go to every elite that we can? I probably do. We can go to 4 elites. Let's go to 4 elites. So we did get Scrawl for 0. Otherwise, we didn't do too well with the Snecko so far. What do we do here? I guess Tranquility is not bad to play. And then let's either play a Bowling Bash or just Scrawl. Let's play just Scrawl. Well, a Deva form for 2 is pretty good, but I was hoping that we would get something that cost a lot less, and we didn't. So we're just going to take 14 damage, it looks like. Unless I want to play Gambler's Brew to gamble again. But I kind of don't because we've got Regret in the draw pile. We will take the Smite, though. Okay, 14 damage is not great. We also only got 1 way to enter Wrath. I mean, we're going to enter Wrath. No question there. The Smite, the Empty Fist doesn't do enough to win. I think we play a Defend, Empty Fist, Vigilance. So we block everything, we only take damage from the Regret, but we take as little damage from Regret as we possibly can. Do we play Crush Joints? Sure. Even though it costs 3, we still play Crush Joints. Because we can win this turn. Okay. Well, we certainly don't want Flurry of Blows in a deck that has a Snecko Eye. So I think we play Third Eye. Don't like seeing 2 0-cost cards when we took Snecko Eye. There's a 0-cost Deva form and a 0-cost Bowling Bash. Pretty nice. The Bowling Bash knocks one of them out of the sky. But then the only way to block is Third Eye. Still, I think we do it. Bowling Bash you out of the sky, and then block with Third Eye. I do like seeing the Scrawl. Let's not take the Vigilance. The Scrawl costs 3. How unfortunate. Well, at least the Third Eye costs 0. And I'm kind of happy with some of that, but I think I'd rather not have 3 ways to enter Wrath. I will take 2, because then we kind of mitigate the confusion from the Snecko. And then I want to play as many cards as we can, so that the Regret doesn't hurt us. Which could be hard. At least we can do Empty Fist, Carve Reality. Actually, we should knock this one out of the sky. Yeah, let's knock this one out of the sky. And then take the 3 from Regret. Regret has been bad. Okay, great. Tantrum costs 0, knocks you out of the sky. Now, Eruption kills you straight up. And then we do want to kill you, so I guess we do Strike. And then I guess we do a Defend, Crush Joints. Well, it only adds 1 vulnerable, so that was kind of pointless to do the Defend. Not that it matters. Empty Mind is a way to leave Wrath. And it draws 2 cards. I would like to see cards that cost more than 1, though. Are we going to the shop? Going to the shop might be pretty bad for us, but I kind of feel like we should. Let's go to the shop. Let's tinker with our deck by adding lots of cards. So, we could take Fasting, for example. We could take Inner Peace. Do we have to draw all of them, actually? I think we might have to buy all of them. Let's buy a couple things that we know we're going to buy. Discovery is not too bad. And then, yeah, we have to buy all of them. Okay, so we bought out the shop. We bought out the shop, and we still have enough money to actually buy a relic. All right. Let's buy a bag of preparation. How about that? We bought out all of the cards in the shop. That was probably not good for us, but it was fun. Let's see how it goes. So we got Discovery. I guess let's play Discovery first. Deva form costs 0 this turn. Excellent. We could play Mayhem Tantrum. I'm down for it. Mayhem Tantrum. Fasting. We got Fasting immediately with another Deva form. That's actually pretty nice. Because the Fasting means that we gain less energy, but the 2 Deva forms mean that we gain more energy, like a lot more energy. I believe we can defeat the Centurion. Tantrum follow-up. And then a strike. But we're going to play Miracle and a Scrawl this turn as well. Let's play the strike and Scrawl. And then crush this one too. Can we crush you? Yes, we can. Carve Reality, Smite. Okay, so the deck can work. Can work. Ooh, I see a Ragnarok. Wonderful. Ragnarok with Snecko Eye is great. Unfortunately, it's not upgraded, whereas the other 2 are, but Ragnarok is great here. Hey, the library. We have to add a card to our deck. But we get to choose out of many cards. I see the Wheel Kick. The Wheel Kick is much better than Reach Heaven. Reach Heaven is pretty bad when you've got Snecko Eye, because the Through Violence doesn't cost 0. Let's take the Wheel Kick. It draws cards. It normally costs 2. Great. Alright, the Taskmaster and the Slavers. We've got a 0-cost Battle Hymn. Let's start there. Also a 0-cost Defend. We could do Inner Peace Eruption. Thinking about Inner Peace Eruption or Inner Peace Indignation, maybe? Actually, you know what we should do? We should do Inner Peace Empty Mind. Inner Peace Empty Mind. See, now we can do Tantrum. Although, let's do Discovery first. We discover... we could get Alpha, Beta, Omega. I mean, Pray is not great. Meditate is fine. Meditate is fine. Let's take a Meditate. If we play the Vigilance, we gain some block. And then we play Tantrum and Indignation. Now you die with a Eruption Strike. And we do want to do that with Eruption Strike, I think. Yeah. So Eruption Strike you. And then we meditate and get back... I mean, we could get back Empty Mind. Let's get back Empty Mind. And we take only 2 damage. Only 2 damage is not so bad. We also got another 0-cost Deva form. Very nice getting those. I want to do the Empty Mind, but first we need to make space in our hand. We didn't get a way to enter Wrath, which is unfortunate. But we did get a lot of other good things. We could play the Wheel Kick to hopefully get something that enters Wrath. But the Wheel Kick costs 3 to play. I mean, we've got 6. It's not too bad, but the bowling bash is also pretty decent. Let's play the wheel kick. Do we have enough space to draw 3 cards? We do not. So let's play a strike first. Now we can draw 3 cards. And we can play follow-up. The follow-up would cost 1. Actually, we could play Tranquility and Empty Fist to gain some energy. Yeah, and then we can play the follow-up. And the Carve Reality. And 2 smites doesn't win. So we probably want to play a defend. And we'll take 2 damage. Okay. I feel like there may have been a way for me to win that turn, and I just didn't see it. But we did pretty well. We get a blood vial. Duplication potion is probably better than something up here. Let's take it other than the weak potion. And Sands of Time. It always costs less than 4, at least. Sure. Also, the retain does work. Like if it costs 2 from Snecko Eye, from the confusion, if it has retain and it goes down by 1 each turn. Don't like seeing the snake plant. I don't like seeing the snake plant when we have no way to gain block. I think we might be using our Gambler's Brew this turn. I think we are. So, let's start with a Gambler's Brew. Discard what we don't care to play. I mean, I kind of want to play the wheel kick, but maybe not. Let's hunt a little bit further. We did get the regret, which was unfortunate. But we do have Indignation, Fasting, and Ragnarok. How much does that do? So the Ragnarok would do 9 damage, 5 times base. I think that wins. Fasting, Tantrum. Oh. We can do Tantrum, Indignation, Ragnarok. Perfect. Okay, 1 on the first turn. Nice. The follow-up is probably what we want out of these. Alright. And continue our elite hunting. The Battle Hymn costs 0. Let's play that. The Sands of Time costs 0. So that can take out something. The Fasting is only okay. Thinking about the Crescendo. Don't think we want to play Crescendo. Do we want to play Fasting? I don't know that we do. We can weaken the Gremlin Leader. I think we should. So let's start here. So we're going to play... We should play Fasting. Okay, we play Fasting. Now, we play the Sands of Time on you. And then we can afford the follow-up here. And then the Sash Whip here. Okay. Decent first turn, we take 12. We can play Inner Peace and then Tantrum, which gains energy. I like that. We can save the Smite and just play the Strike. I mean, we could Miracle to play the Smite, but we could do that next turn too. We have Indignation. Indignation might win this one. Except that if we played it, we couldn't afford the other cards. Huh. Is there a way for us to defeat the Gremlin Leader this turn without using a potion? That's my question. Empty Fist does 36. The Smite does 32. We could play Smite, Empty Fist, and Tranquility. So we could do Smite, Tranquility, Empty Fist. That seems kind of bad. If we did Smite, Tranquility, Empty Fist, we would gain 2 more energy, but we couldn't do much with that extra energy. I don't think we can win this turn. But we can deal a lot of damage this turn. Or we could win by using our potions. Which might be good because we have the Regret in the hand. Alright, let's use a potion. Let's use the Flex potion. That means Smite wins. Smite, Smite. Whetstone. Alright, well, let's add a card first. I do like my Cut Through Fates. Let's add a Cut Through Fate. And I would not mind if the Whetstone upgraded that. Oh, Follow Up and Tantrum got the upgrades. Not too bad. And I want to go this way so that we avoid the event. We get a Lantern. That's very nice, especially with the Bag of Preparation. We have extra energy and extra cards. The Book of Stabbing. You know, I think we crush the Book of Stabbing. It's just a matter of how much damage we take before we do. I like that we have the free Crescendo, and the free Battle Hymn, and the cheap Deva form. We could do Crescendo Miracle Scrawl. We would kind of have to hope for a way to get out of Wrath, or a way to win this turn. But we could always duplicate Ragnarok. Doesn't win this turn. See, I want to be in Wrath when we play Ragnarok. That's why I'm thinking about playing Crescendo Miracle Scrawl. I guess I would play all 4 of my left cards. We would be taking more damage. I think we do this, because doubling the effect of Ragnarok is really good. Okay, we did get a Vigilance to get out of Wrath. So we're going to play the Vigilance to get out of Wrath. I guess we play Tantrum first. Okay. Pretty decent first turn. We take 6 damage. We can use Indignation to get back in Wrath. We can play Inner Peace to draw 3 cards, which is good. Let's play Inner Peace, drawing 3 cards. Not the best. Let's play the Indignation. And Do we want to play Third Eye? I mean, we'd probably want to play Third Eye. It just costs so much to play it. I guess we still play it. I want the Empty Mind. Don't think I care about the other two. We got the Weave back, but it costs 2. And then Smite and Tranquility. And we're not dying, but we're certainly not doing well. We're at 6. We have Empty Mind to draw cards. We've got Sands of Time. The only problem is we don't have a way to enter Wrath that doesn't cost 3. Let's play the Empty Mind. The Tantrum also costs 3. But do we win even with that? I think we do, because we have plenty of energy from Deva Form. Okay. Well, great. Ornamental Fan. That's good for our deck. We often play 3 attacks in a turn. And would I rather take Like Water or Flurry of Blows? We're going to get back Flurry of Blows many times, but it's not going to cost 0, usually. I guess we take Like Water, but I don't feel great about it. And then we have to rest, because therefore we get more cards. And we certainly take Windmill Strike here. It's not the best, but it's a 2-cost card. We want to move toward those. Deva Form costs 3. I guess we play Defend and Third Eye first. We certainly don't want those next turn, the Defend or the Vigilance. Not the turn for it. And I think we played Deva Form and Battle Hymn. Deva Form, Battle Hymn. Okay, we take another 6 damage here. I see no reason not to play Inner Peace. I see no reason not to play the Defend. Then we strike, strike, follow up, and then Smite, and then Third Eye just so that we don't take the damage from the Regret mainly. I don't like the Like Water there. I'll take the other 2. Okay, we take 1 damage from Regret. The Fasting is not too bad. Let's start with Fasting. And then, do we do Tantrum, Cut Through Fate, Tranquility? I think all of those are good things. So Tantrum, Cut Through Fate. We'll draw the Sash Whip, discard the Dazed. Sash Whip costs 3, not my favorite. The Smite and Sash Whip win though. Alright. Another Ragnarok. Perfect. Alright. We have a deck that's kind of coming together. We rest, and we add another card. Another Fasting. Sure. 2 Fastings. Problem with 2 Fastings is you end up with not having any energy, basically. Battle Hymn is free. A Strike is free. Huh. We've got 4 Ember. We want to take as little damage as we can this turn. Which means playing Vigilance. as one of the things. We could do Tantrum, or we could just not do Tantrum. Actually, I would rather do the Tantrum than not. So what we're going to do is we're going to kill this one with the Tantrum Strike, put the Tantrum in our deck, and then we Miracle the Vigilance. And take some damage. A free Eruption seems nice for me. The Smite pretty evenly kills you. Cut Through Fate can get me my Tantrum. Let's not take the Discovery. The Tantrum costs 3, unfortunate, but we'll still play it. And the Third Eye. I'll take the Scrawl, but not the Defense. We probably need some better block in our deck, by the way. Ragnarok is really good. And we're not going to play the Indignation because it costs too much. So start with Ragnarok. Okay. You know, it could have been better. Let's apply weakness to the Gremlin Leader. And I think we smite this one. And take 5. And then we win. Theoretically. Great. A Mummified Hand. Ho ho, Mummified Hand with the Frozen Egg. That's kind of nice. Alright, so now powers are even better. We don't get a choice of a power, so we'll take a Bowling Bash. But powers are even better. And we rest, so that we add another card. I will take an upgraded Empty Fist. Okay, how do you think we're going to do against the boss, the champ? I'm not sure. We can do some damage. The fact that Battle Hymn costs 3 is unfortunate. But let's play it anyway. Let's play the Battle Hymn. It made something cost 0. I didn't see what it was. We are going to play Vigilance. And then Crush Joints to add Vulnerable, Ragnarok, Carve Reality, and Weave. Alright, take 2 the first turn, but so far I think we're doing pretty well. The Empty Fist will give us some energy. Let's do... I want to do Wheel Kick. How many cards do we have in our hand? We have all 10. Let's do a Miracle first, and then a Wheel Kick. We did not get something to enter Wrath. And we didn't get much to actually block either. I'm going to play the Mayhem. Maybe we should play other cards first. Like Empty Fist, Strike, Empty Fist, Smite, Smite. Should we save the Smites? We should save the Smites. Mayhem made this defend cost 0. It's kind of nice. And then we can Smite, Smite. That would give us 4 more block. Or we could just do the Strike. I think we just do the Strike. Taking damage this turn. And the idea is that we're going to try to build up our hand. What did we play? I did not see what we played. Empty Mind. Okay. Whatever. We can't exit Wrath this turn. That's unfortunate. We also haven't drawn our Deva form yet. So I'm not sure if I want to play the fasting. So I think what we play is defend and then Ragnarok. There's our Deva form. We really want that Deva form. Let's play it. It made a smite cost 0. We need to play the smite so that we can draw more cards, though. We are in Wrath, so we should use it. The Sands of Time... Should we play the Discovery? Let's play the Discovery. Conjure Blade? Do we want the Conjure Blade? I don't know. Shuffle a big expunger into the deck. It's just that our deck has an Eruption in it. And 2 Indignations. Okay, so we're going to get Conjure Blade. And then we've got to play the Defend and Inner Peace. We could double the Inner Peace. It's an interesting idea. We are going to barely survive here, but also we're probably going to draw Regret next turn, which might kill us if we barely survive. Oh man. This is a hard one. Let's play Inner Peace. Let's play Conjure Blade. Oh, but... maybe we should play a Strike. My problem here is that we have a Regret in our draw pile. And if we have the Regret, even though we survive this attack, we might die from the Regret. So I think we have to play 2 strikes, or 2 smites, so that we gain 4 block before we play Conjure Blade, which makes Conjure Blade much worse than it was. Interesting, we did not draw Regret this turn. We did draw a 3rd eye, which means that we could... We're actually in a very unique position, because the champ is not below half health, and we can put the champ below half health this turn, which is perfect. We also have a 3rd eye, so we can discard our Regret. I think that's quite good. So let's start with Eruption, Indignation, and then we've got to play the 3rd eye, so let's not forget that. 3rd eye so that we get rid of Regret. I'll keep the other 3rd eye. Oh, that gives us a weave. How nice. And then we play... how many smites? Let's play 1 smite, 2 smites, 3 smites. You know what? Let's play the smites. So now next turn, in theory, we just win, while he is buffing himself. Great. So far, this is looking pretty good. We can play the fasting. Tantrum Expunger. Great. Alright, we made it past that boss. Kind of not commandingly, but we did make it past. We can add an establishment. The establishment is not bad, partially because of Mummified Hand. And it being innate is not too bad either. Otherwise, there's also a Scrawl. Or a Wish. Actually, the Wish is really good when we've got Snecko Eye. Let's take the Wish. Okay. Astrolabe is interesting. Philosopher's Stone is deadly. Slaver's Collar is interesting. I think we do the Astrolabe. And we transform 3 strikes. Because these strikes are kind of bad. Actually, we could transform the Regret. It would transform into a curse. But Regret is one of the worst curses. So transforming it might be good. The other thing we could transform is this Weave. This Weave is probably worse than the Strike. I'm going to keep the Regret Curse and transform a Strike. So what did we get there? We got Deus Ex Machina, which is kind of nice. Just Lucky, which is kind of bad. Master Reality isn't terrible. The fact that it's upgraded and costs 0 means nothing to us, though. Okay. There we are. We have the Time Eater yet again. And where are we going in this act? I don't know. We could go to all of the shops. I think we're not going to go to all of the shops, but I'm thinking about going this direction to that elite, and then up through here through this shop. We could go this way, though. That's kind of the same. And avoids the shop. Okay, let's go to this elite and then decide. We have lots of things that we can do. Let's start with Third Eye. Third Eye, we can discard cards. I will discard these 2. Keep the Mayhem. We are going to play Scrawl this turn, so there's no reason not to play all of our Miracles. That made Inner Peace free. Alright. And then let's Scrawl. Okay. The fact that we have Regret in our hand is regrettable, but we're doing well otherwise. We can play the Empty Fist, which will give us even more energy this turn. Also, the Empty Mind gives us energy. The Bowling Bash is quite good, but I probably want to draw cards before I play it. So that we might be in Wrath. Let's start with a Cut Through Fate. I'll draw the follow-up. Do I want to draw the Fasting instead? Actually, the Fasting is not bad. Let's draw the Fasting. Fasting cost 1. We'll play this follow-up. We'll play the Defend. Then we can play Fasting, which will make Deva Form free. And then the Empty Mind draws more cards, gives us more energy. The Deva Form now makes Eruption free. So now we can play Eruption. And we will Eruption on you. The Bowling Bash takes this one out. The Wheel Kick takes this one out. And then Empty Fist takes the center one out. Great. First turn victory. Always like those. We will add a Study into our deck. Actually, the Insights are quite bad. We'll add a Bowling Bash Plus into our deck. Ooh, buying potions. So I don't really like our potions. Well, I like the duplication potion, but I don't care for the liquid bronze. So let's buy all three. Ho-ho, Entropic Brew. So discard liquid bronze, take the Entropic Brew and the Blessing of the Forge. Very nice. The Snecko oil is not too bad, actually. Do I want the Snecko oil? Because our costs are already randomized. Sure. I want to keep the Blessing of the Forge. Okay, took all the potions. The Orb Walker. We could play Inner Peace, Empty Fist, and be energy neutral. The only way to gain block that we have in our hand is Vigilance. Let's play Vigilance. And then now I want to play Inner Peace. So we're going to play Miracle Inner Peace. I see Eruption. That's excellent. Eruption, follow up, Just Lucky. Discard those. Don't need those. Now we can play Bowling Bash and Empty Fist to do not quite enough. But we do take no damage. And all three of those are fine. And we win this turn with Sands of Time. Great. Pressure points kind of is pointless, because we didn't take 20 of them. Consecrated Flying Sleeves, we'll take Flying Sleeves. Not a great addition, but an addition. The Maw. We've got a Deva form, which costs 0. Sounds great. The Tantrum now costs 0. We're going to do some good things this turn. Let's do the Tantrum, and the Wheel Kick, and the follow-up. And no reason not to do Ragnarok. Actually, we can make the Ragnarok free with the Battle Hymn. Great. So now we've got 2 miracles. We're getting smites every turn. I see a lot of damage coming our way. We can easily exit our stance, but that's still 30 damage. Let's do the easy stuff first. Bowling Bash is easy. Smite is theoretically easy. Theoretically. Unless we want to use our energy this turn on defense. The Wish gives 6 defense. Let's do that. 6 plated armor. Third Eye and Defend give the rest of the defense that we can get. Sands of Time is not bad to draw. Neither is Scrawl. Don't care about the Third Eye. So here's Defend, and then we have to play the Empty Fist. Do we play the Smite first? I think we do play the Smite first. Okay, taking some damage, but at least we're only taking 12. The Fasting is fine. We don't have many ways to go into Wrath, we just have the Indignation. So let's play Fasting. let's play Indignation. Right? I guess we could play Scrawl. Sands of Time follow-up. Scrawl, even though we've got Regret in hand. I think we do. Oh, that was not good. That did not turn out as great. Okay, so let's play as many cards as we can. Discard those two. Let's play the Smite. Let's play a Defend. And then Regret hits us for a lot. For 7. I see Ragnarok, but no way to get into Wrath. So we just play it. And we can't quite win this turn. Oh, never mind. We can play Carve Reality, Smite, Smite. Okay. Liquid Bronze, I will not take. Evaluate. A good block card, but it does give us an insight, which might be bad, because it will have a random cost. I still want it. I think we need a gain 10 block card. Like Water, cost 0. Made Devaform cost 0. That made Battle Hymn cost 0. How excellent. Kind of like Discovery here. Not doing Blasphemy, that's for sure. We could do Alpha. And then what? It would be nice to not take damage from these two. I don't see a way for us to do that. We can play an Empty Fist and Flying Sleeves to deal some damage. I guess we could do Carve Reality. So Carve Reality and Smite. And Miracle Empty Fist. Kills one of them. We still take 7. We have a bunch of powers this time. Alright, let's play a bunch of powers. We should probably play some things before we play the rest of our powers, right? Yes. So we want to play... What do we want to play? We want to play Crushed Joints, but we want to play it and be able to play the rest of our hand, which we can only do if we make something cost 0. And we want that to be Crushed Joints. But then we couldn't get the Vulnerable, but we don't care about the Vulnerable. Okay, never mind. We don't care about the Vulnerable. So we can do Inner Peace, we can do Wish. Wish will give us 6 plated armor. And then we still get to play Crushed Joints to kill you. And we save the Smite. Okay. We're doing just fine. I don't know what we just did. I think we played a Scry card. So I don't want the Sash Whip, but I do want the other two. We have Indignation to enter Wrath. Let's do that first. And then we can do Ragnarok. Done. Alright. A Stance Potion. Do we want that? I don't know. I really like my potions. I kind of want to keep the potions we have for the boss. And do we take Crescendo? Or another Flying Sleeves? They're both retain. I guess we take Flying Sleeves. Giant Head. We've done well against Giant Head. How much do I want to play the Fasting turn 1? I think we play it. It made the Battle Hymn free. Great. And now we can play Tantrum. Tantrum, Sash Whip, Bowling Bash, Windmill Strike, Bowling Bash. Evaluate. Don't play the Miracle yet. Take the 2. We've got Crescendo, so I could play Vigilance. Could play Vigilance so that we use the Crescendo later. Okay, so we're going to do a Smite follow-up. Smite follow-up and Vigilance. Now we've got the Crescendo to play when we want to, which looks like it will be this turn. Okay, so Crescendo, Ragnarok. Actually, we should play Ragnarok last. So we want to play the Smite. We want to play a Miracle first. We probably want to play Deva Form. Play Deva Form. That made Sands of Time free. That's nice. So now we play Smite, Sands of Time, follow-up. And then we can play the Indignation, Ragnarok. That seems pretty good. Indignation, Ragnarok. And he's at 2. I think if we played the Indignation a different order there, we would have not taken that 4 damage. A Regal Pillow. Since we're forced to rest every time we enter a rest place, Regal Pillow is kind of nice to have. I guess we take Wave of the Hand. It goes fine with Ornamental Fan, I guess. Okay, I think we need to go to this shop. It seems weird to go to the shops intentionally, but I think we're going to do that again. So Battle Hymn, Deva Form. That made Indignation free. We don't actually want Indignation though, do we? I mean, I guess we do, because we can do Indignation and then Inner Peace. But it feels like this is the time to play Snecko Oil. I think this is the time to play Snecko Oil. So we need space in our hand, and we need to play the Indignation. Play some of the zero-cost cards, play Snecko Oil. I see ways to deal with things, but no ways to block, which is still not great. So Sands of Time kills you easily. Sash Whip plus follow-up kills you easily. And then we want to scroll. Maybe I should add more ways to gain block into our deck, because we sure don't seem to have many ways. Okay, I guess we play Empty Fist. Empty Fist, then Inner Peace. And don't play the rest of these cards, because they just deal us damage. Okay, we are taking some hits. So I see Third Eye, which gives me a block, which is always good. We want the block cards. We also want the Crescendo, probably, actually. So I'm thinking that because we currently have block, we deal Smite here. And then we're done this turn. Okay, we need something. We've got Vigilance, we've got Evaluate. And then we can probably Crescendo and win. Crescendo and win. With a Smite and Windmill Strike. Okay. We took some damage in that one. Did not like the damage, especially having to use a potion as well. Do I want another Tantrum? No. Do I want Study? You know, maybe more than just lucky, but not by much. Also not great cards to choose from. So we rest, and then we add another card to our deck. A Third Eye seems good, especially a Third Eye Plus. Pantograph, great. Let's take the Pantograph. Heal up before boss battles. And let's go to the shop. You know, we're gonna buy some cards. We could technically buy Dolly's Mirror, because that's a way to get a card into our deck. We don't want Worship, really. We do want Foresight. Let's take Foresight. We do want the Dolly's Mirror. I think we wanted Dolly's Mirror Deva form. Let's Dolly's Mirror Deva form. And then how do we spend the rest of our money? Metamorphosis probably isn't great. Worship isn't great. I guess we're gonna buy... Let's buy Brilliance first. Panacea is okay. If we bought Panacea, it would be the final thing we buy. Otherwise, we buy Worship and then Consecrate. Could just buy Wave of the Hand. I guess we'll buy Wave of the Hand. Okay. We strategically bought those so that we had to buy as few as possible. Spirit Shield. Spirit Shield is great. I like that. That goes into our deck very well. Okay, let's go through the last few. I think we have a pretty decent chance of winning this one, but honestly, it could go either way still. The Wave of the Hand... Wave of the Hand is pretty decent. But we're just going to play Spirit Shield. Spirit Shield and Strike. Let's play the Wave of the Hand just to draw less with, or get less damage with Regret. Don't really care about those wounds. I don't think we're going to draw those wounds. We just have too big of a deck to care. See the Smite. Let's take the Discovery. Huh. It's not what I wanted. I wanted an attack card, actually. We didn't get one of those. Darn, what are we going to do here? Because there's too much damage coming my way. And I don't have many ways to prevent it. So what we're going to do is we're going to play Blessing of the Forge. That means that we can play Tranquility to enter Calm. That will give us 7 block. The Smite now does enough to kill this one. Both of those were important. Should have played the Empty Body before I played the Like Water. But you know what? This allows us to play another card, like Bowling Bash. Okay, great. We ended up not taking damage. But we did have to use another potion. We are scrying 4. All of those seem pretty decent. I think all of those are decent. Let's keep those. The Bowling Bash is less good when it costs 3. The Sands of Time pretty easily takes you out. I think we're not playing the Bowling Bash this turn. We could play the Bowling Bash to defeat this one with the Brilliance. Brilliance plus Bowling Bash defeats it. The Smite doesn't. Okay, I guess we're playing Bowling Bash. And then we would really like more block, but don't have a lot of ways to get more block. The Miracle could allow me to play Wish, which I will play for 6-plated armor. Okay, I don't care about flying sleeves, don't mind the rest. We did get a free Deva form, always like those. Let's play the Master Reality. And then we could play Inner Peace to draw cards. Or we could play Empty Fist and then play Inner Peace later. I think I like that because ending my turn in Calm gives me block. So then Sash Whip. Smite. Inner Peace, and then we should gain enough block now. Almost enough. We took 1 damage. Let's take those. And I do not want just Lucky. Fine with the rest. Okay, so do we have a way to enter Wrath? We do not. That's unfortunate, because we have a Ragnarok. We do have Fasting, which I will play. It did not make follow-up free, which is what I wanted it to make free. Oh well. Empty Fist, Ragnarok, Bowling Bash, and stop there. So we've got plenty of ways to enter Wrath. I think we can win this turn. We definitely can win this turn. Alright. Great. Juzu Bracelet is actively bad for us, but we're not going to any more question mark rooms anyway. So we'll take it. Do I want... I mean, I don't want any of these, but the skip button is not an option. I think I'm going to take another Tantrum, which is another way to enter Wrath, which is Maybe good, maybe bad. Alright, so this creature might add a card to my deck. It is possible. And I don't think we care much if it does. The Spirit Shield gives a lot of block. Let's do it. Spirit Shield, and then Bowling Bash? Sure. We don't get to play the Battle Hymn. Sash Whip applies weakness, which is good for us. We want that. The Like Water plus Inner Peace gives me 7 block. And I guess we play Ragnarok, or we could play nothing. Let's play nothing. And just take a little bit of damage. Now we've got Tantrum, but no way to exit Wrath, except for the Stance Potion. Interesting problem. Do we use Tantrum? We are going to use Fasting. Let's use the Tantrum. And then the Ragnarok, I guess? The Ragnarok is not great. Alright, now we play the Ragnarok. 18 times 3, that's terrible. Unfortunately, the Flying Sleeves doesn't deal enough damage to get through that. But we do have the Third Eye. I don't really need all that indignation. Let's get rid of that. And we can play Study and Defend. And then either take this damage or play the Stance Potion. I think we're going to take the damage. Okay, we should be able to win this turn. The Sands of Time wins immediately. Great. Wallop. We have wanted Wallop this entire run. Alright, get in the deck. That was actually a good improvement. Mayhem is free. Tantrum is fun. The Bowling Bash kills this one straight out. Alright. Battle Hymn is good. And then we could just Empty Fist Sash Whip or Empty Fist Crush Joints to defeat this one. Let's do that. Empty Fist Crush Joints. Good first turn. I think we just win this turn. Tantrum, Smite. Indignation, Miracle Smite. Skill Potion, probably better than a Speed Potion. And finally, you know what? I used Collect for the thumbnail for this stream, so we're going to take a Collect. It fits the concept of the deck, if not the actual deck itself. The concept of the challenge, I guess. Alright. We are making it to the final boss. I'll take another Sands of Time. We've got a 61 card deck this time. Let's go. How are we going to do? Don't know. I don't really want to start with Fasting on the first turn. We could play the Entropic Brew if we use the Stance Potion this turn. Let's start with a Battle Hymn. That gave me a Fasting. Don't really want the Fasting. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to use this to enter Calm, so that we can empty Mind out of Calm. And then decide what to do. We can play Indignation to enter Wrath, which I will. Let's play the Skill Potion. We don't really want any of those. Let's take the Perseverance and use the Entropic Brew. Alright. I do like the Weak Potion. Let's play the Weak Potion. Actually, let's check if we need it this turn first. Because we're going to play Follow-Up. Or Wallop, I mean. Wallop plus a Follow-Up plus a Sash Whip. The Sash Whip makes it weak already. And then we play Empty Fist to get out of our Wrath. And then we can play 4 cards next turn. Okay, I think that was a decent first turn. We don't care about the Brilliance this turn. I mean the Spirit Shield. I would like to play Like Water. I would like to play Inner Peace. How much do I care about Brilliance? Not much. Let's set up first. So we're playing Like Water. We are playing Study. We are playing Vigilance, and then end the turn with a Third Eye. I probably don't want Tantrum next turn. Let's discard all of these. We really need our Deva form. So there's a Deva form. Don't really care about the follow-up, but I'll take the others. Okay, 1 cost Deva form is excellent. So we play that. The fact that we're taking 51 damage is bad. We've got the Perseverance, which currently gains 9 block. We've got the Weak Potion, which we will play now. Let's play the Perseverance. And then I think that we play for Ornamental Fan. And get rid of the Flying Sleeves from our hand. Okay. Not the best turn, but at least we didn't take damage. I don't know if I want to play Mayhem this combat. Nor those two. So Master Reality will take. Let's play Master Reality. And then a Cut Through Fate. Don't really want those two. The Just Lucky was not great either. We're going to take damage this turn. We're going to play Collect as well. So are we going to play 4 cards? I think we are. So one of them is going to be Miracle. One of them is going to be Collect. One of them is going to be a Smite. So we need to play 3 cards. I could play Empty Fist. But we don't want to do that because we want to end the turn in Calm so that we get the block. Maybe we play Just Lucky. Do I take the Bowling Bash? No. Let's discard both of those. Okay, 2 more cards. One of them is Collect. One of them is carve reality. Okay. Took some damage. We get to get rid of regret, which is good. We really don't want these right now. Let's take the wave of the hand. Oh my. Well, this is not going well. Let's start with wave of the hand. Let's play an insight. The insight plus draws 3. Let's do a miracle first, then an insight. We can play fasting now. And that means Sands of Time. And a Windmill Strike or one of the smites. Let's play the smite. Okay. We're taking damage most turns, which is really not great. So there's another Deva form. Let's get the other Deva form. And hope that it hits this insight. It did not hit the insight. We don't have a way to enter Wrath. We should probably play 4 cards. One of those is Ragnarok. One of those is this insight to get rid of it. And then a... Ooh, we could play the Eruption. Okay, I see something potentially good here. We play Eruption. We play the Sands of Time and a Smite. This Smite, sure. Now, the real question is, can we win this turn or next turn? And I don't know the answer to that, but we have 12 card plays this turn. We are going to play the Wish to give us 3 strength. Okay, can we win this turn? We have Flex Potion. Strike does, or the Smite does 34. The Windmill Strike does 57. We can definitely win this turn. Alright. Windmill Strike, Smite, Smite, Smite. Wonderful. Look at how many powers I have. or effects on my character. Ridiculous. Alright. Very happy to have won that one. It did not feel great going through that, but we won my Fat Deck Challenge with the Watcher on Ascension 7, which is a new personal record, and we ended up with 61 cards. So here's the deck. The strikes and defends are mostly still there. We got rid of 3 of them due to Astrolabe transforming them. We have a couple of tantrums, a crescendo, and a couple of the other card that enters Wrath that I can't seem to find. Indignation. So I think we had 5 ways to enter Wrath. No, 6 ways to enter Wrath in our deck. 6 ways to enter Wrath. We had Regret, which was very painful. We had 2 Deva forms and 2 fastings. The Mayhem was kind of ridiculous, but didn't really do that much with it. We had 2 Ragnaroks, 2 Sands of Time, Wheel Kick and Windmill Strike, and Wish. All of those were because of Snecko-Eye. And then we leaned very heavily on powers because we got the Frozen Egg very early. And later we got the mummified hand, which is having trouble showing on the screen. There we go. Mummified hand. You can see that we, per turn, mummified hand gave us 2 extra energy. That was really nice. So, another win. That's the last one for today. And let's see how we did with the score. Encyclopedian again, of course, because of our 61 card deck. And we did actually get a champion. We got one of those last time too. We did go heavy elite hunting in Act 2. I think that really helped. The heavy elite hunting that we did in Act 2 did a lot for our overall deck. Because when you've got a big deck, your relics do a lot more than they normally would. The relics are holding the deck together more when you have a less consistent deck. So, that went quite well. Glad to have set a personal best and then set another personal best in the same stream. That's always fun. And I hope I see some of you next time for the next challenge run. Thanks for coming.